There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Nerd Dungeon. I am your special guest host, chillin', your boy Dre the Geek Dad. Right now, JC, as you know, will be taking. He is our boy, the leader of our illustrious group. He is going to be a little bit late today, so I have stepped in to kind of get everybody in and make sure that we were live today. I wanted to make sure that we did not just take a week off. We did due to some other issues. And I felt like, hey, Nadia, what's up? Uh, I felt like there's a lot going on. And I felt like I wanted to try to get on time and just making sure that we are on time as best as possible. As best as possible. So I know you guys missed us. We missed y'all. When we don't get on, it is a little difficult, but I felt like we can't keep making it week after week. I mean, if we get busy, we will, one of us will step in. So I want to make sure and just see how people are doing. I can talk about my weekend, but as the geeky dad, I don't really have that much of crazy weekends anymore because I sleep and take care of my kids and spend time with the wife. So I don't really get a whole lot of time to kind of do anything else. Oh my God. Thank you, Nadia. That's real good to hear because we miss when we're not on the stream. I will state this though, that as far as what's going on in the world of wrestling, there is a plethora of things going on. If you guys have watched All Out, you know for certain that we have gotten Adam Cole, Bebe is elite, and we got Bryan Danielson, Ruby Soho. I mean, we've got everybody sitting in. And as far as I heard at the house shows that happened this past weekend for AEW and this week, they already had 2 new signings from indie guys. So, who's my favorite doctor in Doctor Who? That depends. I like David Tennant. Eccleston was an interesting doctor, but I decided he only had 1 season. Matt Smith was another good one. There's several doctors I like, so it depends. Like that's my nerdiness that jumps out. But yeah, like in the state of just wrestling, that's AEW. Not to mention what we have going on inside of WWE. I mean, just Lesnar coming back, Becky being turned heel, just a lot's going on. And, I'm flabbergasted with the news. Oh yeah, NXT it's such a sad thing because NXT is such a great property and I don't like that it's got to go, but welcome to my humble nerd dungeon spot here. One of the best King Bobs. Me and Bob always agree on a lot of stuff, just in case y'all don't realize that. I still have a box of elites for you that I'm sending you. And I think I have like 1 headless Becky Lynch I'm sending you. Because I did a head swap. I saw a fig swap on YouTube. And because they glue the tops, Mattel glues the heads to the figure balls. So you gotta like they either recommend a blow dryer or like hot water. So
where else Smitty at? What the hell?
I don't know. He told me I've been here early. I got here early to make sure that we were live and on time. So
well, I fell asleep in the recliner, so
that's okay. It's okay. I was about to call you though. I was not gonna lie. I was about to call you. But let me ask you this.
What the hell you been talking about?
Well, we just started talking about AEW because we missed the week that we were
that's
off.
My new favorite. That's my new favorite company.
Obviously, because look right here. I got my hat right here on my head. See? Tony Khan, if you ever look, I so want you to hire me as an announcer. I will totally work on any of the shows.
Yeah. I will be ordering very shortly the All Elite Baby shirt.
I saw that shirt. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I think I'm gonna wait because I know there's more merch to come out, and I know Pro Wrestling Tees is overrun with orders because of CM Punk. They just said CM Punk outsold everybody, and he is the #1 shirt right now. Danhausen actually went to Pro Wrestling Tees and made a Danhausen X CM Punk T-shirt, like one of one. If you guys
Nice.
don't follow Danhausen, you need to follow him on YouTube. He is absolutely hysterical. I love watching him, and he is just funny. But now that I got Bob in here, I'm curious. Bob, tell me what your thoughts are on on what happened with the first match for CM Punk back, and obviously you're happy about Adam Cole, baby. So tell me
That
your thoughts.
I am. I mean, they always say this is that turning point. It's a pivot point when you just go, going down wrestling lane, and it's a pivot point. And you go this way. When I saw the highlights of Adam Cole walking out that Sunday night, I knew I was done with WWE.
Oh, dude, WWE is I I have had a very sad, like, I feel like I'm on the Titanic with WWE.
Yeah,
Like, I'm trying to be that, like, I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. I
I,
was a
I,
WWF fan since I was a little boy. I was like, for me, I had to believe that there was something in me to try, but I
I
cannot.
mean,
I can't.
I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not the guy playing the violin as the water's coming up to my knees, up to my waist, up to my man boobs, up to my neck, and I'm still going at it. But so him walking out and doing his thing, I was done.
Officially,
When
I can't. You can't
when
argue that.
when they released what his storyline and what his main roster purpose would have been,
For those that don't know, that was going to be as the manager to Keith Lee as a heel.
I mean, like there's no doubt that he would have made it work for himself, and I think him and Keith Lee would have done good things. But dude's still in his early 30s. He can put on a 5-star match with a hammock and a banana peel,
Well, I mean,
and have him
he's shown
managing
it.
Keith Lee.
I mean, yeah, it's like he would have been, because Keith Lee is actually wrestling dark matches. Again, for those of you guys that don't know what's going on, Keith Lee is actually wrestling a bunch of dark matches right now, and they're trying to kind of figure out what they want to do for him as far as storyline goes. This was a proposed storyline that would have put Adam Cole on Raw, and I'm not saying WWE is bad by any stretch of the imagination, but as a lifelong wrestling fan, this is the company to watch out for now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've sent the guys pictures, memes. I've posted stuff to my Facebook where Smitty and Liz had gotten in touch with me and we were commenting back and forth on it. I mean, I am no, I am a firm believer in what is happening. Lesnar is not going to save WWE. Bringing back the demon is not going to save the WWE. As much as I love Demon
Resurrecting
Finn.
Eddie Guerrero and Macho Man would not save WWE.
Oh, man. He's right.
And what's funny is they did this to themselves. And it's not like it was blind. Oh my God, we didn't see this coming. We saw this coming.
Well, Vince
Last
had
year,
said that
2
Nick
years ago,
Khan,
3 years ago, we saw this coming.
exactly. Nick Khan had basically said, if I remember correctly, Nick Khan basically told Vince, like, oh, this is not a threat. Don't worry about it. It's all right.
And
And
I mean, for a while, AEW wasn't really a threat, but when you take the little people they've brought on, Moxley, Andrade,
Andrade.
you're building the foundation for the sandcastle. Then now you bring CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole. it's over. You know,
The war is over. I think Liz. Well, let's all welcome Smitty. Thank you,
what's
Smitty. I'm
going on,
sorry.
Smitty?
I know you came a little bit
Sorry,
late.
I'm late.
It's funny.
I
You
was late
pulled
too,
my
so it's
role.
fun.
You pulled my role today. But Liz commented on my Facebook the same thing I've said in our group chat several times.
Mm-hmm.
One is professional wrestling, which is AEW. They are professional wrestling. And then you have sports entertainment, which is WWE.
It's not
And
entertainment anymore.
it's not even entertaining. That's the sad part. It's like I would call it entertaining, but when my wife could look at me and be like, "Hey, could you come over here?" and she used to see me like, I'm gonna stop watching wrestling. Man, shit, I shut the thing off and I'm out. And I'm just going to the couch and like I'll hang out with her and play with the baby, or she's gonna go do her schoolwork and I'll watch Rory. And it's mind-boggling how she knows Wednesdays and Fridays I'm glued to my TV for AEW, but for everything else, I love you too, babe. She's making vomiting sounds in the kitchen. Smitty's laughing at you, just so you know.
That's right. Keep him honest.
she says keep me on. He said keep me honest. She does. That's why I love her so much. But yeah, like the overarching thing is, if you look at what's going on in the state of WWE, I know that I mentioned this to one of my other friends who watches the show. He and I had talked very much yesterday about it, about Samoa Joe. Let's jump into that piece of news because I think that that's a very big piece of news to mention. If anybody has not heard, Samoa Joe is injured. He is now going, he has relinquished exactly, we're going to get there because I'm with you on the conspiracy. He is injured and has relinquished his NXT heavyweight title. Now, he is one of the few men, I think Shinsuke Nakamura, Adam Cole, Keith Lee, not even Keith Lee, Karrion Kross. They're the few guys that could literally say they're two-time NXT champions. So he is now injured because WWE officials, medical staff came in, interviewed him as per the video he posted on Fight TV and said that he'll be back after an undisclosed amount of time to get his title back. I'm going to be honest because Nadia here, she said it right here.
Don't bother.
Exactly. Like, don't come back. Do not pass go right to AEW. Come steal your money from Vince. Get your money from Vince and then run to AEW because Tony Khan will hire you.
This whole scenario now reminds me of like you put your 2-week notice in at work, and like the 2 days before you're ready to go on your way, you get hurt. You go home.
Oh yeah.
You rest up, and you get the fuck out.
He wasn't wrestling at any house shows, and he hasn't had a match in 3 weeks. I mean, there's absolutely no reason that he got hurt unless it was a training incident, like, he's too injured to run to AEW. But he could be like Mark Henry. That's what I'm thinking. He could do a Mark Henry or mentor job, which is what these guys are doing.
I mean, Joe doesn't have to wrestle 3 days a week.
Hell, that's what Daniel Bryan.
Joe can't do that for WWE.
No, that's the thing. Joe was very accident prone in the ring, and that's why they banned the Muscle Buster as his finishing move, because he took out Tyson Kidd. He ended his career. Now, when you look at Joe getting injured a lot, it's like Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is never getting another title run because he's too concussion ridden.
Yeah.
And, everybody gets mad. They're like, oh, well, Ziggler's a hell of a talent. Where's his merch? Because it's still not on WWE.com. Kevin Owens, they pulled him off of television. Now they think he's going to wait till his contract runs out.
Good.
What's up, Vicious?
Let them all go to AEW. We can have the Roman Reigns Federation. We can have the BLW, the Bloodline Wrestling, and just have Roman wrestle his nephews and cousins and nieces and nephews.
His daughter, throw his daughter in the ring. Why not?
Who cares?
Just wrestle your daughter. We'll have the first ever father-daughter match. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief versus the tribal princess.
Dude, I guarantee you, in the next year or two, the only people left in WWE are going to be Roman Reigns, The Miz,
Seth Rollins,
That's
Becky Lynch. Well, Seth already said that he is like, there are very few guys that would ever jump ship to another company. And I'm not going to argue and say, oh, I don't expect, to see too many guys jump ship now. I mean, Tony Khan is like open the wallet and he is spending, but like the thing is he's spending, but he just made all that money back on merch. Think of how much the best pay-per-view all year was All Out this year, 2 weeks ago. It was the number one selling pay-per-view. It beat out the Pacquiao fight. It beat out, what was it? The Bellator that they had, the UFC, everything that was going on these last couple of weeks, it beat out. And then on top of that, you have the go home show or the return show after all that. And what happens? Failure. You get Brock freaking Lesnar.
Dude, Brock Lesnar can come out there and jiggle his friggin' potatoes in his friggin' jeans. I'm not impressed with it no more.
Nobody is. And that's the sad part of the state of wrestling right now. I feel like, we can go back and forth on this. And Smitty, I know you're more of I don't want to say you're like less of because I think you're equally a big wrestling fan as all of us in the group. I just think that since you feel that you have lesser knowledge, what is your take on what's going on? Because I know me and Bob can go on and on for hours about this.
I don't think anybody truly knows what's going on with WWE. I mean, the whole NXT 2.0, I just saw the first clip of that earlier, or ad for that earlier tonight. And I was like, really? But between that, the contracts, it would be one thing if you saw them and you saw them putting up a fight, but you really aren't. And you're actually changing stuff that was doing well for you and bringing it back in under the fold, so to speak. So I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure if, is and you hear all the rumors on, any of the YouTube recap stuff, that, is he getting ready to try to sell? Is he, what? Nobody knows.
It seems like a lot of what's being said, just to interrupt you for 2 seconds, I think that the big thing is that he is looking to sell, because that's what Nick Khan kind of has insinuated, that they've looked at selling to like a big streaming service such as like Peacock, or to Disney, like selling it to like NBC or just a company, and then just like walking away. And I think that that's not going to help. I don't think NXT 2.0 is going to help. My friend of mine named Andre, it's kind of funny because I call him Dre. He actually told me that he saw a video on TikTok that somebody posted from a live event this past weekend where they played the NXT 2.0 commercial, and it was booed out of the building because nobody wants to see an NXT 2.0. They just want to see NXT. And I get that the indie market is very different now. And I say that now because I've been watching more and more indie wrestling. I want to say that it's not the style of wrestling that's changed. It's what the production of it has changed, because those same guys we see get signed at AEW. And if they're not getting signed, they're doing what they used to do back in the 80s and the 70s. You go in, you wrestle your match, you get paid, and you go. If they want to bring you back, they bring you back next week. Thunder Rosa was a perfect example of that. Red Velvet, another example. These are ladies that were just very popular, and now they're equally as stayed popular. So, and Trevor Murdoch, we can't talk shit about him because Trevor Murdoch is the NWA heavyweight champion. So Zach,
my whole thing is this: if WWE was a car, NXT was the motor of that car.
Oh hell yes.
That's what kept it running. So you have a nice big flashy car. You got a nice Ferrari, a nice Ferrari motor in there. What WWE is doing is they're doing a motor swap. They're taking that nice Ferrari motor out,
Taking that
and they're
nice
putting in a little Prius motor. So it looks good on the outside, but it doesn't run. But it runs like crap.
Yeah.
Because,
12-cylinder to a 4-cylinder. Yeah.
you've got Roman, you've got Seth, you've got Bobby, you've got Drew, you've got Brock, and that's great. It's like 5 guys.
Hey, Joseph.
Hey Joseph.
Hey, Zach.
You're now doing 5 on going against AEW, which is stacked from your like Grail talent down to the guy that just showed up. The more I watch on YouTube of AEW, the more I'm ready to just figure out a way to buy Sling or something like that so I can watch TNT and TBS and watch that. I'd rather watch that. I'd rather watch highlights of AEW than sit down and watch the like Hulu version of Raw.
And I agree with you. I think that it's sad when their 2 best products, which is SmackDown and NXT, were beating out Raw in the ratings. And then next thing you know, you are NXT 2.0. Suddenly your champion on Saturday says he's injured. Sunday puts out a video. It's Monday night. Tomorrow they start the new set and everything. Interesting. And they're having their first match, a fatal 4-way for the NXT title.
See, but what's funny, and the one thing that it took me up until just now to realize.
Oh, Joseph, JC's not with us this evening.
Vince wants Raw to be number 1. He, at all costs, he's tried over the last 10, 15, 20 years to make SmackDown the shit show.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens time in and time out? SmackDown, for some reason, no matter who's on there, is number 1. And what's funny is I was watching
that Vince Russo was trying to get in and get another job, and that's not true. I heard it was debunked. It's not going to be what happens. He just literally was like doing a project with WWE.
No, Zach. To be honest, Brock looks like a really swollen Daniel Bryan right now.
Guy with that man bun.
I mean, that haircut that they both have at the same time, was that planned?
I don't know. That was very funny looking.
I mean, Bryan looks weird with that hairdo, but Brock just looks like a friggin' moron with that haircut.
He's actually reverted back to his, and this is me personally. I like Bryan Danielson's persona because he's reverted back to the American Dragon persona, where he's very aggressive. He's like, I'm not gonna shit talk you on the mic. I'm gonna wrestle you and out wrestle you.
I'm buying that T-shirt too.
Oh yeah, when that one comes out, hell yes. I love his music. I love everything to revitalize, and you could see his passion revitalize. Same as CM Punk. I love what Punk did on was it not on Rampage, but on what was it? This past Dynamite last week, where he talked so much shit to Taz. He said, "Don't ever interrupt me again." No, it was on Rampage. He said, "Survive if I let you," and he dropped the mic on him, and I was like,
I mean, just you can see that the change of scenery is helping everyone,
and that's necessary.
It's easy to be a wrestling fan now because you have a product that you don't know what's going to happen every week anymore.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people, I think, try to say they know what's going to happen week to week because of dirt sheets and because of the internet and the proliferation of dirt sheets and leaking things and not leaking things and wrestlers jumping on their things and tweeting things out. And I think we've all kind of reached the point that kayfabe is dead. We've said that amongst each other. I've said it to other friends. Kayfabe's dead. We all know that this one dates this one. This one's married to this one. They don't have to be in the same company, but they all spread the rumors. I mean, Adam Cole said it best that I came here to AEW and supported Britt in the back. Do you know how much of a slap in the face that is to Vince to know that his guy, one of his top guys in NXT, was allowed by Triple H to go to the backstage at AEW? I mean, this isn't like unheard of that like guys in other big companies would low key do it, like Tony Storm and Juice Robinson. Like when Tony Storm was in NXT, I know in Florida, Juice Robinson showed up a few times because when he was here stateside, that's his girlfriend in real life. You know, Chris Statlander, she's been backstage at Impact because her boyfriend Caleb with a K wrestles over there. So it's not unheard of that you would see these things. Like Charlotte was supposed to be here in North Carolina wrestling, but she wasn't. She was over in Mexico. Exactly. She was in Mexico for AAA to support her man. I mean, no offense.
But what's funny is
the dad was there, but she wasn't going to be. Come on now.
But what's funny is kayfabe. I mean, it's not the 80s anymore, you know. I mean,
it isn't.
I mean, it's bound to happen that, you know, coworkers who are friends hang out outside of work. Okay, you know, I used to work for AutoZone. Does that mean I can't walk into an AutoZone but hey man, what's going on? You know, long time no see. No. You know, if my friend still works here, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with him and talk to him for a minute. The same thing with wrestling. If Adam Cole's wrestling and NXT wants to go hang out with his girl in AEW, who gives a crap?
Exactly. It's like, to me, I feel like if you have the time off from work, why not go do it? I mean, Keith Lee was doing it when he was dating, oh God, why can't I remember her name? Oh God, I just blanked on her name. She was in that stupid faction and on Raw with Mustafa Ali. Anyway, if anybody remembers, Mia Yim. When they were dating before they got married, it's like a lot of people didn't know that Shayna Baszler's best friends with her, Bayley's best friends with her, Bianca Belair's best friends. It's like there's so many tie-ins that like you go on social media and you're like, oh, I thought you hate each other. No, they're fucking people. This is their day jobs, folks. It's like an actor. There are some actors that legitimately hate working with other actors, but there are some actors that are really good friends. Mark Hamill and like freaking, what was it? Again, why is his name escaping me? Harrison Ford. They're best friends in real life. They talk to each other every day. Who would you like as an Esmeralda in a live action adaptation of the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Oof.
That's a very good question. Being that she has to be of like a mixed and young, I would say go for like Camilla Cabello because she could actually sing and dance. Becky G, but she's kind of short. And they're both Spanish, but I mean that's just the two that come to the top of my head that I would pick. Bob, you're the expert in Disney. I heard that snort. He is our Disney expert. I mean, I know a lot.
Three of us? No, he is.
Yeah, he beats me by a long shot.
No, I was just thinking.
Sierra Ramirez. She's on the show Good Trouble.
Okay.
She too can sing. She can dance. She's young. Has that look to her.
So see, look, another Spanish woman we picked. Smitty, do you have anybody that you could think of?
Sure. And she's Disney raised. Selena Gomez.
Hey, I didn't even think about her. She's right at that cusp where I think she's starting to be like, she's past the Disney cute stage and she's like in that Disney sexy stage because she's done some like stuff. So
and that's what Esmeralda's supposed to be. Sultry.
Yeah. Dude. And Taron Egerton. Yeah. If you guys don't know who he is, he's the guy from the young British guy from the Kingsman. He was trained the street, like the hoodlum that was like, I could have been in the Royal Navy, but I chose not to be in the Royal Navy. He is a very good actor. He was also in that Robin Hood movie with Jamie Lee Fox That was also really good. A lot of people slept on that. I think we're going to end the wrestling talk because I think we can move on from that. I think we've covered enough of it in the first 30 minutes of the show. It's a lot that's gone on. It's going to still be changing, and this week just started. So I know that next week when we have everybody on, we'll have more to talk about. So, being that we're kind of moving into the movie scene, has everyone in this chat seen and here my two gentlemen with me seen the Matrix Resurrections trailer?
Nope, not yet.
I saw a piece of it. I'll be the bad guy here.
Oh, I'll be the bad one too. I'm confused.
I am not. I have not. Nor do I choose to. Nor will you tempt me to watch any of those movies.
You've never seen any of the Matrix movies?
No.
Okay,
First
so that's
one's
not
worth
bad.
it.
I have this much desire to watch one.
Monica Bellucci is enough of a reason to watch 2 and 3. She was enough of a reason for me to watch 2 and 3. Plus the Merovingian. He is hysterical when he curses in French. And like my friend that was actually spoke French translated because I didn't know anything. I was like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, he said shit. I was like, ooh.
There's just something about I tried watching one and I got maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes in, and I said, F this. And that was that.
Hey, it happens. I'm gonna say I've watched the trailer personally, and I think that if you've seen all the Matrix movies, and I'm gonna state this, if you've seen the Matrix Revolutions, I think it was, which is the anime short films that they did, and then it was
that was Reanimation.
Oh, Reanimation, yes. If you saw that in conjunction with the Matrix video game, which was freaking awesome, I played that on GameCube because you had to beat it to get a secret trailer between 2 and 3. And I did that just so I bought that game just to finish that, just so I could see that secret Jada Pinkett Smith and like the little side story for her character, which I thought was awesome. But again, I'm a fan of what the Matrix originally stood for, not what it became towards the end. And I'm not going to get into it because it's very religious and political if you really get into what the Matrix was. And if you are watching it now, I was talking to another friend of mine and he and I both said the same thing. We texted each other and we're like, you saw the trailer? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. He's like, how do you feel? I'm like, confused. I was like, how long has it been? But didn't he do this? What? And I felt like my head was going to explode like scanners. I was so lost. So if you guys get a chance, not just YouTube, but anybody in the chat, if you guys have seen it, you guys just give us a thumbs up if you've seen it. If you haven't, give it a thumbs down because, I mean, I don't feel like you're at a loss if you haven't seen it yet. I mean, there's several other great movies that are coming out at around Christmas, like Spider-Man. Go see Spider-Man. Go see Spider-Man. Venom.
Let there be carnage.
Let there be carnage. Let's talk about, first off, have you guys seen Shang-Chi?
No, not yet.
I'm going to tell you, go see it. It is fantastic. Fantastic.
That's on my list of things to do. I may just kind of wait and see if it's still in theaters in November, and I'll go see it when I'm on vacation. If not, I'll wait till it's free on Disney Plus and I'll watch it.
I'll tell you right now, dude, it is such a good movie. I took Lana to go see it, and I was like, you want to go see this with me? Because I was supposed to go see it for a friend's birthday, but then it kind of sucked because I had to go for my mother-in-law's birthday the same day. So I took the next day. I was like, hey, let's go see this. So we went and saw the movie together, and she had zero background knowledge of who Shang-Chi was. Me, I've read the comics recently. I know who his character is related to and tied to. So I had a little bit of background knowledge. The movie is done so perfect. I'm not going to go into spoilers. Just for anybody that's seen it in the chat, it is great. Go see it.
Well, I mean, for me, I have no doubt that anything that Marvel puts out is going to be high quality. I mean, shoot, most of us watched Guardians of the Galaxy without knowing who the hell they were.
True.
And Guardians is one of the film franchises I love.
And it's funny because that's what I think that a lot of people have said a lot about. If you see a movie that Marvel hasn't put a whole lot out on, you end up liking the franchise more because there's no background kind of like you're not biased. It's like Avengers had each of the heroes has their own comic in the Avengers. Everybody's got a background, and then you have the team up. So it's like when you see Guardians, and we were like, who's Star Lord? Who's Gamora? Groot. Like what? And then you watch it, and you're like, this is awesome. I agree. Guardians 1 and 2. I think Groot is funny as heck. I love me some Rocket. I loved him. Love him. Love him. Love him. Love him. Love him.
And for me, it was Star-Lord and Drax that kind of won me over. Just Star-Lord is like one part of my personality, and Drax is the other. The just like dead, like I will throw something at you, and you will not get what the hell I'm talking about. Is that what?
You cannot throw something at me.
Like, okay.
It will never reach over my head.
I have been standing here for an hour. I'm invisible. We see you.
All right. So now I have to ask, since we're talking trailers, did you guys see Hawkeye trailer?
No, I have not watched it yet. I've heard nothing but awesome things about it. And I want to address the Hawkeye trailer after I address what he's saying here. Now, for those of you that have not known, the Wachowski brothers were the ones that originally did the movies. One of the Wachowskis underwent trans surgery, became Lily, and then the other brother went the same route and became Lana, and they're now the Wachowski sisters. I think Lana Wachowski is the only one that's actually doing the Matrix Resurrections. And from what I think Bill's saying here, says the sister said the movie wasn't religious, but a type of trans story. There's a YouTube video with her watching it and explaining it. I'm gonna have to watch that video because I would like to see how it's a trans story. Like I don't see that. Like I see it as more of like Agent Smith was the devil because he kept trying to tempt you. It was the Matrix was kind of like this version of either limbo or heaven or hell, depending on how you looked at it. And Neo was Jesus. I mean, and if you want to look at it, he was a Goku because he was freaking in the last movie. He sat there throwing Kamehamehas and stuff. So we're not going to go there. But that is something I'd love to talk about one day. Let's like sit and actually go through that. But Hawkeye trailer, folks, somebody tell me. Oh, Billy just sent it to me right now. I love this because I have my Facebook on my other monitor, so he just like bloop, sent it right to me. So I will have to watch that after this. So Hawkeye, somebody give me some heads up on what I missed because I want to know.
No. Watch the trailer, man. I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to give any. No, I'm not going to.
Oh, Kate Bishop's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Haley Steinfeld.
Oh, I got goosebumps. Just from watching the little thing on here. Oh, I can't do that now. Because see, if you guys see that, you guys will actually witness me having like a little fangirl moment because I love Jeremy Renner's version of Ronin and Hawkeye. I love his earlier Hawkeye stuff was kind of lame until Age of Ultron. I love his snarky humor, and that's who I always pictured Hawkeye being, like that level of snark. And then Ronin, because I thought about it. I said, if you kill my whole family with a freaking snap, I would lose my mind and become a fucking killer too. So, and now I see him just looking at the screen of him as Ronin. So I can't wait. I got to watch this afterwards. So, oh yeah, I agree. They need to make a whole movie dedicated to him. I think after Black Widow, well, is it a failure? Could we say Black Widow was a failure?
Well, I wouldn't say failure. I would say yes, it was. How do I even phrase it? The least successful of the Marvel movies.
Now, would you say that because of what she did afterwards, of asking for $100 million before it went to Disney Plus?
No.
Okay.
No.
You're just saying it because of the movie.
She deserves what they contracted. They broke the contract. They should pay her. I'm sorry. she had every right to sue them for that money because they were stringing her along.
That's true. That's true. 100%. I feel like she's not wrong, but now the Russos are looking to get out the deal. So I wish there was more information going out because there's very little people are talking about it, and it's bothering me because I want to know why the Russo brothers, who did such great work on all their movies that they contributed to the MCU, why are we having a problem now? Like, why are you guys saying you're going to pull out of your contracts with Disney because of Black Widow? Like, is that an honor to Scarlett Johansson, or is that something else that the mouse did? I want to know.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, without knowing, I mean, I would hope they would back their people. I mean,
let's be real. They have enough money to make things disappear, and for us to do like what Vince McMahon likes to do, forget things that ever happened. We get the 6 month. You don't know. Shake it. Shake the Etch-a-Sketch. I had no picture on this before.
Sorry, I'm back.
Let's face it, most everyday fans do have short memories.
Huh?
True. No, we're saying that most we were discussing that why the Russos and like are kind of taking a very big like kind of stance on wanting to move from Disney altogether because of what happened with Scarlett J and Black Widow.
See ya.
I mean, they made their money. Let's just be real. They'll get their money on residuals and everything. They made their money. Between Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame, I mean, they made their bank. They banked.
Disney made the right decision by throwing her off the cliff.
Now you
Did
see,
they?
Not needed anymore.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm saying, did they though?
Yeah.
You threw her off the cliff. You killed her character. You gave her own movie. Now,
Good.
is
See
she
ya.
wrong? Is Scarlett Johansson wrong for saying you were going to put this in theaters? Wait
That was
30
what the
days.
contract was
No,
for.
she's not wrong, but it doesn't matter.
But Disney's negating the contract though. They're actually going back on their contract saying because and I don't know all the dealings of it, which is like because very few of like the very reputable sites that I've looked into, they all have like this deal seems to be very cloak and dagger. Like nobody's saying anything, and the parties involved are even saying less.
It's Disney. Nobody wants to get on Disney's bad side because they own half of everything.
And Tony Khan owns the other half.
So I mean, I understand why if Disney's telling the industry put a gag on it until it's done, I understand why nobody's willing to talk about it. But all the early indications was it was guaranteed.
Yeah.
Theater only release. It to start for so many weeks, and Disney puts it up on their streaming service day one.
I am not a Disney overlord. I am merely a patron to their service. I like Disney, but our King Bob is our resident overlord on Disney.
At the end of the day, this is what's going to happen. Disney will write a big fat check, give it to Scarlett.
They can afford to do.
Give it to Scarlett, and guess what? They'll move on because
they already can't technically. Well, no, I mean that has been negated. We all knew that was happening. Like after her death pretty much after Black Widow, I knew I was never going to see her again.
No,
right.
If the only way I would have seen her would have been, and I am too. Like to me, I'm okay with not seeing her. Florence Pugh does a very good job as Jelena Belova, and she's going to do amazing work. I like seeing that she's going to go after. Well, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Black Widow. She knows who killed her sister supposedly, and that's going to be one of the main villains of the Hawkeye of the TV show on Disney Plus.
Potentially,
that's what they're saying. But there are other, like I heard Bullseye might show up, and I was like, yes, please have Bullseye, because they just did a free fall miniseries of where Bullseye dressed up as Hawkeye and ran around killing people, but as Hawkeye, and then Hawkeye dressed up as Bullseye started killing people that were against Bullseye, and started saying that it was him, and they start going back and forth. It was awesome miniseries.
But now my question to you is this: do they bring back Colin Farrell to play Bullseye?
No, you need somebody different. I think that if you're gonna stick, because Charlie Cox is not okay. So in the No Way Home trailer, I saw somebody break the trailer down, and in the breakdown they said that wasn't Charlie Cox handing Peter the deposition paperwork. It was somebody else. And I was like, but no, everybody in the scene knows that's him. It's Charlie Cox. So supposedly we're gonna have him. D'Onofrio's gonna show up as Kingpin. I don't know where, when, or how. I just know that he's supposed to show up in the movie. They said that this is going to be a very large cast for what we're getting. A lot of people have said we're going to be seeing Kraven.
All I want to see, all I want to hear
out of Spider-Man, I would love Kraven to be in there because Kraven was one of my favorite Spider-Man villains.
And he's not even really a villain from what I read up. I did a little bit of homework on him. He's not a villain per se. I think that he's more of he has like an honor code. Like he's still a bad guy, but he has a code because he's a hunter. So a lot of people are like, oh, we're going to see him show up. And I'm like, that'd be cool. But we still need Venom. And that's a crossover Sony has. They ain't releasing that grip. But since it's a Sony property, I'm like, you could see a crossover potentially. I mean, it would make sense. It's the multiverse now.
I mean, if Sony were smart, they would just swallow the pill and just play nice at Marvel. Because Sony ain't got nothing else going on. They've got Venom, and then that's about it.
I mean, as far as this year goes, we have Eternals, which I'm on the fence with.
I will see it before I.
Yeah, I need to see it. I think I need to just sit and see it. Like I've tried to not have a very negative reaction to it. I want to just sit down, watch it, and just like go in not knowing anything. Like I pre-ordered the big figure, not the individual characters like of 12 different heroes or 9 different heroes that they made. I only got the alien that they showed kissing Angelina Jolie's character. Like that alien looked dope as a figure, and I got him. Everything else I could care less about.
I just think that, we as Marvel fans are going to look to the Eternals the same way most of us looked at the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, what the fuck is this? And it's either going to be another, we love this group of misfits, we love this group of, cosmic characters, or
why did you do this? Exactly. It's a cash grab. I feel like it's a cash grab. And I get it because it's Disney. I get it because it's Marvel. I'm a comic book fan through and through. But I don't know. Eternals is one of those that I'm on the fence with. Like I was thinking about taking Lana to go see it with me because I was like, maybe a kid's eyes that knows nothing of these characters. Let's just see it and see what she thinks for the special effects of the movie. And then like go see with my boy. Go see Spider-Man because it's freaking Spider-Man. How do I not gonna love Spider-Man? I mean, Lana loves Spider-Man. She's like, I have to go see it.
Yeah.
But especially after what happened with Mysterio and the whole tie-in. But I'm gonna pause on for a second. Just look at some of the chat here. I haven't seen Black Widow, but I'm hyped to see it because I know they cast a former Wushu world champion. Who? Investing to me, you better tell me who you talking about. And yeah, Bullseye will dress up as Ronan in the MCU. That would be pretty tight. But yeah, Eternals is like on that cusp, and then I got Spider-Man. And Spider-Man, I'm like, a lot of people feel hit or miss with too.
No,
Alfred Molina, Willem Dafoe.
I will say this: if this movie can live up to the hype, it'll be fine. But if they fall off the mark even just a little bit, people are gonna hate it. Like, why didn't they give us this? Why didn't they give us that?
Well, a lot of people feel that it's out of order because of what happened due to the Coof the C-19. They said that once we had all that, it screwed up the timeline, but I don't think it did. If you look at the series of events, and especially with What If, and we'll get to that because I know that What If was freaking amazing last week. The way that we're seeing things, the events occur, especially with Doctor Strange's character, I think the Doctor Strange that's in No Way Home is Mephisto, or it's a different character completely.
I
I don't think it's him.
See, what's funny about these movies and the way Marvel's doing it is this is going to be one of those things where, like, we have to go through all of them, sit back 5 years from now and be like, oh shit, so we really need to watch it in this order. Kind of like the first three, kind of like the first three phases that came out. You got one piece here, one piece here, another piece is all the way over here. And then you got to bring them all together. And like Captain Marvel's really like the second movie.
The first one, yeah, like they said, technically the first movie you're supposed to watch is like Captain Marvel, then Captain America, then like go through. And it's funny because I talked to my wife and she's seen the movies. I think she's seen most of them now. Being with me, she's seen most of them, and was surprised that Captain Marvel, which is one of her favorites, got picked first. Because I said time wise though, it makes sense. Because Captain America was still on ice at that point. There were no other heroes yet. So this was all occurring. Like if you follow the pieces, it's like other things were occurring at the same time. But Tony hadn't gotten. We haven't hit the early 2000s to Tony getting shrapnel in his chest. We haven't hit this point for Bruce to get involved. We haven't hit this point to where Thor's been involved. So I think that that's actually kind of cool in a lot of different ways that we're seeing the story piece up. And you're right. I think that maybe 5 years down the line, when we hit phase 6, they'll be like, hey, here's how you're supposed to watch phase 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Because Quantum Mania is going to factor into this too, because that's where we're going to see Kang. Kang is showing up in there. So,
but the cool part about it is now it's not just the movies you have to watch. You have to sit down and watch WandaVision, you got to watch Loki, you got to watch What If, you got to watch Hawkeye, She-Hulk, He-Hulk, They Hulk, My Hulk, Your Hulk.
Yeah, everybody's the Hulk. Exactly.
But I mean that's why no matter what Marvel, they make the movie stand alone. Like, okay, you can watch Guardians of the Galaxy. You can watch Thor Dark World. You can watch Ragnarok. And then you can also watch all the movies in order.
And I think you're right. Yeah. Like you get a very different taste when you see them out of order, because you actually see you could see the thinking of the directors and Marvel and Feige.
That's why, to a certain extent, Star Wars is kind of handcuffed, is because you have to kind of watch it in a certain order to get the full story. You can't just sit down and watch Empire. You can't just sit down and watch.
You could. You could.
As a standalone movie, if you're not a fan, yes, you could walk into into a theater, watch those movies, become interested, and then have to backtrack.
Especially the first 3. Any of episode 4, 5, or 6, you could watch independent.
Yeah, but then you're left wondering what's going to happen next. I think that I think Indiana Jones would stand more to be a standalone series than Star Wars.
But to Robert's point, Star Wars is the next closest thing that you have to a
cinematic
huge universe of shows and movies to go up against Marvel like that, and everything fitting into a greater storyline.
You're right. That I can agree with you, because
but also with Star Wars you have to kind of have somewhat of a working knowledge, especially when you're dealing with A New Hope, the 4, 5, and 6. The first 3, kinda. The last three, they took the playbook and they threw it out.
Well,
It was
Because
they handed it to too many different directors. That was their big problem.
yeah.
well, you also
I mean,
had Disney handcuffing them.
I mean, Force Awakens and Rise of the Skywalker are good end table book. You know, you have beginning and an end, but then the middle is written by freaking Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It's definitely, and a lot of people agreed. Like I don't consider myself a diehard Star Wars fan. I don't think I have friends that live here in Charlotte that are my friend Daniel. Like he is 100%.
Ryan too.
They're dedicated Star Wars fans.
Ryan's a huge Star Wars collector.
And yeah, so is my friend Daniel. Like he named his daughter. One of his daughters is named Leia. Like you know, like that to me, like you name your kid Leia, it's like that you dedicated that name for the rest of your life. Your kid had better be a Star Wars fan. If not, oh, you are screwed. I love you, Daniel, if you watch the show, because I know sometimes you do. So not making fun of you, just saying that's dedication. Because like my daughter is named Lorelai after freaking Lorelai Gilmore from the Gilmore Girls, and you gotta love. I don't love Gilmore Girls, but my wife does, so it's a win for both of us. And then like Lana is Lana Lang from Smallville. And I love that character because Kristen Kirk killed it. So, you know, that's me deviating. But and again, I agree with what Bob and what Smitty are saying, that like you have to look at anything that's a massive universe that has several cogs to make the wheel spin. You have to look at that. And I think that when you backtrack or look forward, I should say, to like phase 6, and we're like, man, remember when Shang-Chi came out? We didn't know shit about him. And then now look at him. He's an Avenger and he's fighting with Blade and freaking Doctor Strange and, you know, Captain Marvel's leading the Avengers. I mean, like, there's so many ideas we don't have yet.
Yeah.
Because I know Disney just trademarked and released 3 new dates that are going all the way up to 2024. And one of those dates that they solidified was Captain America 4. So I'm happy that Anthony Mackie's getting his thing.
Yeah, this is, I said earlier, with my whole wrestling analogy, this is the turning point. This is where shit's going to get real quick. And I'm excited. A lot of fans aren't because it's too dark. We want to laugh. It's like, no, I want to see Doctor Strange 2, and I want to see how fucked up it's going to be.
Oh, they already said it has like close to almost an R rating.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's going on,
JC's in the chat. Look at this dude. He should have joined us. If you're taking a homework break, you should get on in here. And we
don't need him tonight. We don't hear about Roman Reigns tonight.
Sorry, Roman.
Well, I'm just kidding, JC.
Honestly, it going dark or darker. I mean, for me, honestly, that was one of the things about Batman that has always pulled me. Is it's a darker look at, it's a darker story. So, all right, Brian.
And what's funny is earlier tonight I did a live. I opened up a whole bunch of mail, and I talked about that with the what if stuff. It's people are, some people hate it because it's dark. I love it because it's dark. There's dark aspects to everything.
But even look, what if it's so popular they already made pops for it, like new pops.
Well,
hey baby, you come and walk in.
That's the problem with Funko is you get pops. Hi. You get pops out months before the movie's released, and nobody knows what the heck the characters are.
Look at there's Bob and there's Smitty. She walked from my wife right to me. It was cute. Like she came running up because she heard me talking, so she knows. Say hi.
Yeah, as far as the Funkos, I've only got 2 of them right now. I found the
baby.
I caved and I bought the 6-inch Hydra Stomper, and then I got
that looks cool.
Doctor Strange Supreme.
Actually, the only thing I have right now of the what if stuff is I have a Lego set that Lana and I will be putting together, and we'll be filming that. of the Hydra Stomper, and then I got the other What If Tony Sakarian, where he goes to Scar, and I got that one to put together as well. But as far as figures, I pre-ordered the whole set for next March. I think it is like late March. They said or late February, early March, and I want to get all those because I think they all look good. The Captain America Zombie is my favorite one because, like I said, we could now segue into that. Can we agree, folks, that that was by far their best episode to date? The zombie episode, as dark as that was, keeping in the tone of it being dark and good.
And yes,
it's
on Disney Plus.
I can't comment on it, but that's definitely in the pipeline to watch.
Nevezington, Jeremy, if you're watching this, get on Disney Plus, dude, because you need to watch it. And I've been blessed that my brother from another mother gave me access, so I've been able to watch What If, and it is. Yeah, Peanut does it. She's watched it with me, and she fell asleep during the zombie one. She didn't care about it, but she did watch the one before that. What's the matter?
JC, just because you did that comment.
I know, JC. Just because you said Batman sucks, bro, don't make me start whipping out that Kevin Conroy pop that got signed.
I have that. I have that too. I have that. That's in the other room.
Hey, the Geek Dad doesn't want you to get beat him up on TV. I think mommy, she wants you. You can say hi to everybody. Hey, this is my beautiful wifey. You guys all know her. Say hi. Smitty and Rob say hi. JC's not on tonight. He was in the chat though, saying Batman sucks. Not smart. Not smart to say the three Batman lovers.
Now,
oh,
I got this from Patches and Pin Expo this weekend.
Okay, we need to talk about that. We have to.
It ain't going anywhere, man.
He pulled a bomb on me. Damn it!
No. This is a 9/11 commemorative.
Oh, okay. That I respect that.
Pin, Captain America pin, because they had the expo Saturday on 9/11.
Yeah, I saw the Instagram post that you made about it and the pictures. I mean, it looked dope. And that evil ghosty that you got was really cool too. That color was real nice.
I have him right here.
All right.
See,
I am reinstating my pre-order on the.
Oh, and the Hydra Stomper supposedly, if anybody that in the chat or amongst my friends here collects Marvel Legends, the Hydra Stomper 7-inch, the 8-inch or 10-inch figure is actually supposedly currently in Disney stores, and it's on clearance for 30% off. I heard that it's been all over Facebook, and you could go to, like they say, if you go to a Disney store in a mall, you could find that Hydra Stomper figure, Marvel Legend, for like way less than retail. Oh, those are nice. I like those.
My evil ghosty pickups, and for people that don't know, this is a brand. Evil Ghosty did a lot of sketches, and he has a line of pins of his character. The resin figure, this is the second, second run. First one was limited to 10 pieces that I was able to get one of the 10. This blue one just got released this weekend.
It's super cute.
It's a light blue. I'm keeping this one as it is, but my original one, I actually have out with Priscilla from Priscilla Art to customize for me.
Nice.
And I haven't been able to get, the only piece I have of Priscilla's that I've been able to get my hands on of Priscilla's is literally this Cosmic Dunny. Every time I've tried to get one of her pieces that are up for like an auction, they literally have gone so much higher than I could afford. Or if it was in like a lottery, I didn't win it. Or the couple of times she's had like one-offs, like one of ones go up on her site, I couldn't get it fast enough.
Damn.
So the only way I'm able to get her another piece of hers is literally to commission it.
I mean, and I think that's I think we have to have Evil Ghosty. You and JC are gonna have to do something with Evil Ghosty. I think if we can get him on the show just to kind of do like the artist spotlight like you guys been doing, I think that'd be fun because I actually personally love this stuff. To the point that, I mean, if I had the free cash, I would probably have bought a piece or like at least the pins, because I think the pins look awesome. So that is something to consider. I am ignoring JC on the side of his comments about Captain America and Batman. I mean, because you ain't on Roman Reigns. Don't make me have to go get Brock Lesnar on you and F5 you. Bob's internet went out.
So I'm starting to do some boards, but this one completes my Evil Ghosty collection.
That looks so freaking cool. I like that. Babe, check this out. Look, you guys see what Smitty's doing. This thing looks awesome. He got this board that he's putting his pins on. Let me get her. She's coming over. Check this out. He's got a board of all he's putting his pins on. Like, it looks like an octagon. And he's putting his pins in it. Look at that.
Oh.
That looks cool.
You remember your boards in your own classroom?
Yeah.
I tried to take them down.
They're stuck in the wall. You broke them, probably.
Yeah, I took it off and there was stuff growing.
Ew, no thanks.
I glued it back on the wall for Yelverton, and I was just like, you keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is like my custom artist one. So these are all the pins I've gotten from FET.
She was crying for it.
Those are cool, man.
Yeah. They're all like 3D ones. They're sculpted. So
if anybody in the chat wants to check us out, check out the artist spotlights. These are where Smitty and JC have actually sat and talked about these guys, and I think that we actually were lucky enough to have them like and watch our videos. So if you're definitely interested, check out a lot of the custom work. Smitty does a lot of custom pieces. That's kind of his stilo. I would say if he's the expert, he is the expert of getting customs. So I'm not. I don't roll like customs. I do like customs to look at, and I love seeing my friends' pieces, but I cannot afford to go the route of customs. You know, that's just me.
Yes. I mean, they can get very expensive very quickly.
But pretty much anything in our hobby does that as a collector. Figures do that. Like I was at my local comic shop. I'll give you a perfect example. I was there on, so what was it, last week, Thursday, to pick up my comic books. And we were talking about I need a Flash to complete my Justice League setup I'm doing in my house here in the office. I said I got Wonder Woman from '84, and I think she looks great color scheme wise, and she's in SH Figure Arts. I have the Mafex Superman as a stand-in because I'm not buying the Henry Cavill Mesco $300 figure. That's it. No. I use a regular Superman that with a mixed media cape. Looks awesome. I have the Aquaman Jason Momoa, and I have the Batman. I got all those for retail. And right there, that's what? 80, 240, 300, because Wonder Woman was 60. And I know that Flash by himself is $180. And I was like, there's no way I could drop 180 on a Flash figure unless they're going to remake it. So I have to wait. Because I know the Mafex, is it Cyborg? I think it's Mafex Cyborg is like 100 right now, or 90, depending on where you get him. But
just
like
that trigger, Trey.
Yeah, I got you on headset saying that in my ear, not outside where the wife would hear that, because she heard that she'd kick my ass. I'd be F5'd on top of all my crap. So I'm smart, but there are some of my things I've recently had this discussion, and I'll leave that more towards the end when we're wrapping things up. I think it's a good discussion to like wrap up our conversations with. But yeah, collecting is definitely a hobby that you have to know what you're doing and know where you're going with your collection.
I have
Well-
no idea where I'm going with mine. I just know I'm spending money.
I know. Well, I want to
But see,
let's wrap up
Robert's
with that.
probably one of the out of us. He's probably one of the ones that is actually. I mean, Dre, you are collecting what you like, but Robert's probably the purest of that.
Oh yeah, Robert's 100% the purist. I think he beats me leaps and bounds because I don't have all Batman figures. He has like all Back to the Future stuff. I mean, minus the Hot Toys. I mean, he's pretty much set.
I would.
Yeah,
I mean,
Batman's
honestly,
a bad example because how much Batman stuff is out there? Please,
way too
you could
much.
never get everything.
Yeah, you couldn't. You had to pick a character within that universe, and even still, the amount of merchandise that's out there is ridiculous. Like I sold off. And the only thing I think I only have like, what was it? I have the Mezco. I have a Funko Pop that the wife bought me. I have 2 Q figs. And I have the signed Kevin Conroy pop. That's it.
I mean, as far as Batman goes, and I've said it before, I have the Batman Forever, Batman and Robin on pre-order for Hot Toys. Those will be my only 2 Hot Toys that I own.
It's funny. The only one Hot Toy I want is the Miles Morales from the video game. That's the only one I want.
Back to the Future ones, I refuse to pay the secondary price on the Back to the Future 2 Marty.
Have you seen the DeLorean? How much it goes for? If you watch OG Geek, he posted how much it sells for in Orlando. They found it at a local shop, and a comic book shop was selling it for $1,400 for the DeLorean.
No, I have the Funko one, and then I have the Playmobil one.
It looks dope. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, but that
yeah. I mean, it's. But
it definitely
Hot Toys,
is.
That's one of those things where I give anybody who like hardcore collects them credit, because that, I just don't have the 10, 15, 20 grand a year to put into.
There's.
Toys.
And you know what? We'll actually get into it now, and we can finish up. We'll finish up with the show of the week. As far as collecting goes, I think Smitty's right. I've gotten better with what and it was funny because my comic book guy, his name is Josh. I know all the guys in the store, but I would say I'm friends with Josh a little bit more because we talk outside of Facebook and stuff. I mean, I talk to everybody out there, but Josh called me out last week because I went Wednesday and no comic books were in. I had my store credit, and I saw the new Iceman from the Age of Apocalypse wave, Marvel Legend. And he looked so cool. He had the clawed hands, the regular fisted hands. And I was like, yo, this shit looks dope. I picked it up and he's like, what are you doing? And I said, what do you mean? He says, I don't know, but somebody posted on Facebook that they want to. And I was like, oh my God. He's like, I'm your conscience. And he's like, your wife is going to like me for this. And I just busted out laughing. And I was like, you know what? I'm glad you called me out. And because we all have that moment of instant gratification, wanting to purchase. You go into the comic book store, you go into Target, Walmart, wherever toy store you go to, or whatever your hobby is, and you're like, I'm gonna pick that up just because, that was this. That looks awesome. Like today, I'll give an example. I got my credit today, and I picked up this. I am now 2 figures away from completing the set. If you guys don't know who this is Crosshair from the Bad Batch. And I got the last one the store had. I have not seen him anywhere. And he is extremely hard to come by. That Mando looks dope.
But this was total. I saw it at the expo and was like, ooh.
Knee jerk, get it. I know it. Bob, I know you've gone through that, Bob.
Dude, that's my problem right now with Whatnot. I don't want Whatnot. I mean,
dude, you've been buying a ton of the Whatnot.
But dude, I will defend a couple of the auctions that I did. I mean, I've got 4 sodas and a pop. Maybe $25.
Not bad.
No, I mean, hey, yeah, if you're able to get a deal, but I mean,
last
a lot of
night-
them,
now, last
a
night I
lot
went
of
on
them
to-
aren't deals. I mean, a
What?
lot of the auctions I've gone on, they're not giving any deals.
Yeah, they're not like a lot of the auctions
No.
I've seen through whatnot. They're not ending for like, and it's like I was looking at Marvel Legends, like the Blade Marvel Legend I had. Somebody had an auction up for it, and that shit like ended for over like way more than I paid for mine because I paid 60.
But
Well, in an
with
auction,
Whatnot,
yeah,
you got to
you're
find the smaller auctions.
Well, that's
jump in
true,
and buy
too.
stuff on. You can't go into an auction that has like 100 people.
Yeah,
and
you
try to
can't
get a
go
deal that
to
you're
like
not
a
going
Clint or Pop King Paul one. No.
No,
Too
but
tiny.
I mean, even with Cody, I've gotten some good things from him over at Popular Opinion.
And you're
Yeah.
also, but here's what's even funnier. You're right in the heart of like Pop Central. I would feel
I'm also in the heart
and-
of Flipper Country too.
Exactly. You are in the heart of Flipper Country, but you are next to like so many great shops that you can go to
Yeah.
that like Steel Collectibles and I mean Second Chance Toys. I mean, there's
go to
so
them. You wanna know what? If I go to them, I'm gonna be broke.
Oh no, I know, and I always jokingly said I want to do a road trip with the wife and the kids there, and I was like, they would be my kryptonite because I know that I wouldn't spend any money. I'd buy the kids and her and the wife something, but not myself because I know I'd be
See?
like, oh.
Stephanie knows. What not, baby. She finished
Oh no, I know.
her night before Christmas. And
I had that whole pop set too.
But the best thing I will say in the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, is I have, some people call me freaking crazy for getting rid of all my higher end pops. But you know what? They sit here. They sit in the bedroom. It's not like I cuddle with these things at night. I'm not taking
I could totally see that.
my radiation suit Marty to work with me to sit on my desk and like watch me work and then go out and grab dinner with it. If I can use those pops to make money to either pay a bill or reinvest in my collection, I'm going to do it.
And I think that's what good collectors are doing.
Because I will never have a full Back to the Future set because I'm not going to spend the money on the glow Doc. I got rid of my glow Marty. I don't give a damn. So yeah, I sell my higher end pops, make money, and either refinance or whatever.
I mean, that's the thing though. It's like when I made the shift from Funko to Marvel Legends, and then it's like, I went into Legends hard. Like I won't even lie.
Yeah.
I think you guys can both agree that I went into Legends hard. Like it wasn't like I said tippy toe into it. It was like let's jump into this head first. And I think that most collectors, that's what we do. We jump into it. And I feel like for me, when I left statue collecting, and I did that because, like you said, Bob, like I was paying a bill. Like the wife said, you got to pay your debt to your college, so that way you can get your teaching license. And I did that, and it was like and then I had a little bit of money left over, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna reinvest a little bit of this into my Legends collection, and I have almost a full complete Spider-Man set. Like I'm proud of that. Like I've worked hard building that Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm only missing like 4 figures, I think 4 to complete that whole set, and that's like and that's valued. But mind you, it's all out of box. Like everybody hates me. They're like, "Oh, you're out of box." Yes, I want to put them up and pose them and play with them.
Yeah, you gotta have fun with them.
There's no point in. I don't want like. Here, I'll use this in a perfect example. I love this Cody.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered this. I haven't taken it out of the box. It's got the extra head sculpts. I'm a huge AEW fan, right? I have not yet cut the box open, and I've been tempted not to, just to leave it like this. Why? I have my other wrestling figures out. I posted them. Y'all have seen my Instagram. I posted the pictures. I have them, all the wrestlers in the ring. Why not take it out of the box? One of my friends said that I'm suffocating my toys. He said it years ago. He's like, Dre, you're suffocating your toys, man. Take them out the fucking box. And when I started doing that, I then made the realization. I was like, I don't like everything I collect. No. I'm going to let it go. And when I did, I had so much space to work with that it became more fun taking the pieces I like and putting them up. And then now, moreover, because of Lana liking Legos and, I was like, well, let me get into Legos. I mean, I've heard they're really good for people that have lots of stress, and they're good for people that have,
Yeah, they're fun to do.
They're so much fun. And I was like, a father-daughter way of bonding. Like Lana and I have a lot in common, and we get along really well. So I was like, why not? I showed her some of the Lego pickups, and she's just like, oh my God, that's so cool. I was like, yeah, I had a bunch of local friends that were like, hey, I have stuff to trade you, because I couldn't go. I have the Milano. I want to put it together so bad. And that was like one of my grail pieces. And the other grail piece I want is the Bad Batch ship, and that's $100. I was like, oh, I'll wait till Christmas, and somebody wants to get it from me. Christmas comes, cool. If not, then oh well, I'll get it later.
I
know
that Milano.
I have it. It's right here. I haven't even put it together yet, and I want to get the lights for it though. Like I saw the lights, like the Amazon lights were $34.
Like,
I hate you. I love you, Smitty, but I hate you because you won't give it to me.
No, I just got this. It's got to go on the vest with all my other Bakugos.
Why didn't you tell me that there was there? I could have told you to like get me a Bakugo pin. Or I was stupid. I should have messaged you. I just realized that. Folks, when your friends go pin shopping or anywhere, usually you should ask them. But I don't like asking. Smitty did good by me because I got back to him quick. That Panther was dope as hell. He's one of my favorite Thundercats.
This is a weird
Zanini
pin,
box.
I'm still waiting for Super 7 to get back to me because, okay, so speaking of collecting, He-Man Revelations. I went hard into He-Man Revelations. I got He-Man for my birthday from the wife. I got Battle Cat from another friend for my birthday. I got Skelegod from another friend for my birthday. And then I picked up Evelyn and Mossman. And I was like, I don't care about the show enough to want to collect every piece. I don't want to have all of them. I just want He-Man and Skeletor because those are my two characters I loved when I was a kid. So I looked at the Super 7 Thundercats. And if you guys have not seen the Super 7 Ultimate Thundercats, they are gorgeous.
Yes, they are.
Super 7
Gorgeous.
does a good job on almost everything.
Why do you think I have? I have officially in my collection 4 pieces from Super 7. 3 of them are the end of the New Japan Pro Wrestlers. I'm only missing one from Series 1, which is Tomohiro Ishii. And I got the Conan, the Destroyer, not the Barbarian. And those, I love Super 7. I love Super 7. If they can actually put them up on time and they can actually get a stock in, I would love to get Panthro and Lion-O, Tigra, and Shatara. I don't like Wily Kid or Wily Cat or Snarf or Mumra or any of the other ones. I just want those 4, and I want to put them up because they are mixed media, which for those of you that don't know what mixed media is, that means that the toy is not just plastic. It means that it has cloth goods and or metallic goods as well.
Yeah.
So
this was total impulse, but I saw this Bowser pin. It was
clean.
Exactly. I was like, I gotta get that,
folks. That is clean.
They had a ton of Mario stuff, and I was like, eh. And then I was looking through it, and I was like,
ooh, that's nice too,
dude.
That Casey looks dope. That Casey is dope.
Is that a Kid Robot?
Yeah, the Kid Robot one.
Actually, it's funny. I looked on Whatnot about a week or 2 ago, and Big Dog Dave had it for sale, so I bought it from him.
Yeah, Whatnot, if you guys don't know, is a live streaming auction app. A lot of the Funko Pop community has blown it up.
Auction and marketplace.
No, Whatnot is the devil.
Mercari was that.
There's a Garden of Eden.
Whatnot is like is Mercari plus the auction.
Exactly.
Whatnot is dangerous to your wallet.
Yes, I've learned restraint. I think I've learned restraint. Because
I'm working on it, but I haven't yet.
My wife would definitely, if she heard this, she'd be like, no, he hasn't learned restraint. I think I have. I don't pick up everything. I mean, even when I don't have the cash, it's like I don't, like my comic books. I pick up my comic books. I pick up my like this Crosshair I was literally at the shop last week Wednesday, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, Crosshair, and he's like, yeah, we pre-ordered Tech, Echo, Casca Reeves, and I was like, I need Casca because I have Bo-Katan, and then I was like, I need Crosshair because I want to like get one of the Death Troopers and pop his head off and put on a Death Trooper armor. Because if you guys saw Bad Batch, he wears the Death Trooper armor, not this armor anymore. And I was like, I want to have him with the rest of the crew. And it's been
They're gonna make it eventually.
From what I've seen and what the molds are for what Hasbro's looking at, I don't think more Bad Batch toys are in the pipeline right now. I think Marvel is taking the because it's all, if you guys saw the releases today, it was all the Spider-Man stuff for the retro wave.
Yeah, until season 2 comes out, then they'll get back on the Star Wars bandwagon, and they'll be like, "Oh, we can make him this way." I mean, yeah, if you want it early, yeah, do the custom, but
oh, and yeah, I'm not gonna do no custom. Tiny, I don't have every Batman vehicle. We're doing the Lego Star Wars and vehicles, and we're doing the Marvel vehicles that I like. I would like to eventually get my hands on Avengers Tower because that is like my other grail that I want to put together, and the Daily Bugle because I know the Daily Bugle actually has lights that you could put in it that come in the box set. So it'd be one of the more larger sets to put together, but I think it looks the coolest, and it comes with the most amount of minifigs I think out of any Lego set that they've made to date. So I was like excited because I was like, "Yay!" So
if I had the room and the
dang,
space
Tiny,
or something like
I
that,
just saw
I would do one, but I don't.
I just saw Tiny's post about what her
I
Nightmare
know.
Before Christmas collection is worth.
Oh, those jacks, the hot topic jacks are worth buckets of money.
Yeah, but is that strictly Tiny? Is that strictly pops, or is that other stuff? Other Nightmare?
I'm assuming it's other merch in the collection
Yeah,
too.
that's gotta be everything because those pops ain't that.
They're worth a lot, but they're not worth that. Tiny, where are you from? Because driving 6 hours, girl. Whoo! If there ain't no Lego store in your area or Amazon ain't gonna deliver, girl. Whew. That's some dedication. And I respect that. Because I've driven 3 hours to go look for like a t-shirt at a store. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. It is dedication. I mean, and that's something that we as collectors, it's they a lot of people overlook us on, and they think, oh man, you're an addict. You just jump and get your stuff. As we showed you, impulse buys exist.
Yeah.
It's like going to the grocery store. They do that to you at the grocery store. Oh, so she has the Funko items as well. Oh, like you have that head that they had that was like all white with a Christmas scene around it. That was Jack Skellington.
Yeah, but half of her collection is Funko, is Pops and the other Funko items.
Wow.
The other half is other Nightmare Before Christmas stuff.
I can imagine.
There's 3 Freddy Funkos, Jack. Oof.
Yeah,
wow.
That's dedication, girl. Bless you.
But those, the Freddys, ooh, yeah, they're a pretty penny.
Yeah,
those are in a pop protector, locked, sealed with lasers,
armor, and
yeah. There's a Gundam that sits outside of their house to watch those to make sure they ain't getting nobody coming in that house.
Yeah. I'm sitting here like fiending to pull the trigger on the Freddy as Marty McFly, but.
But I think we all have that one. Like I know you, Bob, have a few within the Back to the Future universe that are yours.
Well, right now, since my only real grail that I have left out of the Back to the Future stuff is my Marty on hoverboard. I do have the Conan as Marty. Now I want the Freddy as Marty. Now I would be content with that. I sold off my radiation suit Marty, and I sold off my Johnny Be Good Marty. So, but yeah, if I did get that Freddy Funko as Marty McFly, I would probably do some weird stuff for it if I had to. Spastic had one on their drop, but it was like $350, and I'm not paying $350 for it.
For a mystery box or
no,
on
for the actual pop.
No, just for that pop.
Okay.
was $350.
Yeah.
Well, think of
That's-
Yondu. Think of Yondu. Let's look at the hot toy Yondu. That was one of the few hot toys I wanted after Guardians 2. And I wasn't into hot toys, but I love what Yondu said about being a daddy. He says, I ain't your father, but I am your daddy. And I'm holding Yondu right here. And I would absolutely love to own that hot toy. And I saw a couple of videos people posted about what he's valued at now. I was like,
Yeah.
just, I mean, for a very large action figure, that's the difference of a hot toy versus,
Yeah.
when you want 1/6 scale versus 1/12 scale. I mean, you have to be a collector that does one or the other. If you do both, you are cruising for a bruising, because metallic variants and how many variants of color variants and stealth variants and
No,
just-
that's why I said the two that I have on pre-order will be the only two that I own, unless someone wants to send me Back to the Future 2 Marty hot toy. I mean, I can send you my address.
I know we're
I'm not
always
gonna pay
open for
for it.
free merch. I mean, if Hot Toys, you want me to review that Miles Morales, I will gladly review it for you. And
Hey.
just to let you know, I'll keep it just because I want you to know that I want to give it the right love it needs.
And even though we don't have a huge viewership, we do have dedicated ones, but we will hype. I mean, for example, you brought up Dave. Dave is going to be doing another charity auction.
Oh God.
I'm
gonna go broke again.
in the spring. Yes, and you have one of the pieces. You
Yes,
and I
I
did a bidding war. and the only reason I even have not totally pissed about that is because it was you.
Well, shout out to Joe Biden on that one, because that stimulus money hit like that day. So thank you, Joe Biden. You've done one good thing for me.
Yeah. So in the spring, February or March, Dave's going to be doing another charity auction for the autism charity that he did this past spring. So one of the things I've already started doing is I've reached out to a couple of the custom artists that I know. So I've gotten like Playful Gorilla, Fed Up Toys, Surge and Destroy, D Fresh, Dougie D Fresh, are all doing custom pieces for us.
That's dope.
And so, obviously they're going, Dave's working on trying to get some of the people that did custom pops for this last one. And Bob, do you have the one?
The Hobgoblin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have it
right here. I know.
Show our lovely fans how awesome some of these customs can be.
There we go.
Yeah. So there will be custom pops, there'll be other stuff. Actually, I've told Dave I've got a custom or a limited run piece from Cos Studios that I'm donating. Cat Vader figure. And I've got a couple other things I've already I'm setting aside for. What else did I tell him I was setting aside for him? I don't know. I have a couple pieces. I actually picked up a piece I got intending it to go to a guy at work from the virtual decon 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the guy at work's a bit snobby. He's a alien purist. So the color scheme of this was, he was like, I'm like, okay, for the price I picked it up, I may be donating it to Dave for the auction. But it's a Rick Sands customized xenomorph
Damn.
statue. It's like a 12-inch statue with the face huggers on the bottom,
Right.
on the rock in the
Yes,
stand.
geese.
So,
Hmm.
but
Now,
that's another artist that I'll probably have to. I'm going to need to highlight with JC on
I
one
think
of
you
the
guys need to
artist
do that.
spotlights.
Those artist spotlights, folks, you need to check those out. I think they're awesome. If you have not watched them, they're very cool. I think they go into some good detail about what the artist does. And like I said, we've had very positive reactions and interactions with these artists outside of YouTube. So
The two that we've done have both been blown away that we've spotlighted them and have thanked us for highlighting them, spotlighting them. Fet and Playful do a Instagram stream most Fridays. 3 weeks running, 3 weeks in a row. Fet and Playful mentioned that we did that for them.
That's awesome. And I'm actually trying to set up because I'm friends with if you guys don't know the series Kanto 3, it's an actual Image comic book that's currently in the comic book stores. My friend actually draws for them, and it's his book. And I'm trying to he and I are actually trying to schedule a day so I can interview him, so I can actually talk about the book and what got him inspired, because he's a fireman by trade that became a comic book artist. And I'm interested to see what the thought process was. So that's going to be something that I'm working on right now. I know that there's a couple of videos I've been trying to actually get done, and folks, I apologize that they're not coming out fast enough. It gets away from me. It's like I have so much stuff that is in the pipeline working on it. I'm trying to make sure I can get it out there. But is there any, before we go into the homework, which is the episode that we had to watch, I want to know if there's any pickups you guys had.
Oh, you guys
besides
saw
your pins. I saw your pins, and I know Bob said he did a video before, so definitely check out King Bob's YouTube because he's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got most of my stuff put away, but
this week the pins were my big pickup, and the Evil Ghost,
Notre,
which
that's a badass figure.
Just like scale, folks. Like that's a big boy. That's a big boy.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to taking him out and reviewing him, folks. I got him on a sweet trade. So I was like, I want to take him out. I want to actually put him, play with him. I have a Thor that's a custom I've done with a head swap. So, but I think between that and
I actually have the Ragnarok Thor.
What was it? The Legend?
Yeah.
Huh. I have the Nendroid of Ragnarok Thor.
Hang on.
I want that Hulk. But I want Maestro, the Maestro Hulk.
So, what else? Yeah. I mean, you guys.
Most between Instagram and what we text each other, because folks, like I said, we are one of the few friend groups that we text every day. So we always show each other pickups before we actually show them on YouTube's. Oh, that is dope. That's the Legend? I like the Legend. It's not bad.
And
I know the Loki and the Valkyrie in that set are worth buckets of money. Of course, he pulls out the Loki right when I say it.
I bought these 3 years ago.
Nice. When Legends were still low cost.
Well, I bought those were in the 2 for $30 bin at at a retro toy con up in South Carolina.
Nice.
Then I also
You know
have the little the 3 3/4 Hulk and Thor as well.
Ah, cool.
I gotten those from Amazon or eBay.
You want to know
Evil
what
Bay.
What?
for the Ragnarok version? You know what else is also really cool, other
What?
than Legends?
What?
Is the Nendroids.
Oh God, I have I have the Nendroid Thor. I love the Loki from that set. They need to make a freaking Valkyrie riding the unicorn, riding the freaking Pegasus as her like Nendroid and a Hulk.
Oh, so you only have the Thor.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have
Oh.
this Loki that I'm gonna pull out right now.
I know.
Well, I would have to unbury him. He's
He
away
has-
at the moment.
Listen,
But
Smitty,
I do
Smitty will
happen
not
to
part
have
with
the
anything
Loki.
like that.
And since I'm technically trying to get out of Marvel, we could come to an understanding.
Oh, okay, I like that.
On-
We're gonna
on
have to
Loki.
negotiate. We're gonna have to go. Let's see. I can negotiate Loki because I like him. So yes,
No, the Loki is badass.
I know. I've
And
seen it.
it
looks so
it's
cool.
the deluxe. So yeah, he has everything.
Folks, for that deluxe figure, it comes with 2 bodies, 3 different heads, like 6 different face plates, a deluxe base. It comes with the Surtur head, and it looks badass. I've wanted it. Low key I've wanted it for a while because it's something I want. Not the Marvel Legend, but the Nendroid. Because we all know that I collect Nendros and I love my Nendos. Like, love my Nendos.
Yeah.
That's a good face
Really?
scan.
Yeah,
That's actually a better face scan than I think the legend they made of Loki for the MCU Legends.
Yeah, Robert, the only Nendroid I have readily available just to mess with Dre
The other one I want that I can't find anywhere.
is this one. he just because I know it messes with Dre, I keep him right there.
See, and the worst thing is, it's like when you know your boys look at you and they're like, "I know you want that, and I'm never gonna sell it or get rid of it
That
or
one,
give
no,
it to you."
that one, no.
And
But,
he knows
like
I
I
love
said,
Inosuke. He's my favorite character.
I was
from
setting
Demon
you
Slayer.
up with the Loki like I wasn't going to, but
Oh,
then
no,
I
the
said,
Loki,
"Hey,
that's- oof.
there is the chance.
I
There is
Loki.
a chance for the Loki."
I'm about to get out of GI Joe classifieds, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm gonna keep probably my 2 red ninjas that I've gotten, but I think I'm gonna part with this one, the Amazon exclusive. I'm like, I just don't see a reason to collect them, and I have so many other cool ninja figures.
How about Cobra Commander?
I don't, I got rid of my Cobra Commander. Because I originally had them all. I basically have had everybody except for a couple of the newer characters, and then I sold or traded them off because I had friends that were like, "I want Firefly." I'm like, "I have a Firefly here, and I can't sell it on Mercari because there's just the market got flooded." And they're like, "Hey, do you want this?" Like, I traded basically the Milano for Firefly and a Power Ranger figure. So I got $130 Lego set for about like $60. It would have been cash if it was out of pocket. So that's not bad because I had 2 figures my friend wanted. And I mean, like I said, classifieds I know have a niche fan base, but Target has killed me. I think I've reached the point where I don't want to go toy hunting. Like, I go toy hunting, but I go toy hunting when I know, like, I don't have to chum the water. Like, if I could order this, like, I ordered Iron Man when they had them because I collect Iron Man figures for my Hall of Iron Man. Today I was at the comic book shop and I was running into some friends and I knew that he had a Surtur that he was trying to get rid of, and I had some GI Joes that I was trying to get rid of, and I had like 2 red ninjas, and he's like, "Yo." So I met him outside. Bang, here you go. Yeah, Rebel Base is always open, dude. That's my spot to go to. I know I'm friends with everybody there. Nevezington is my friend Jeremy. He lives here in Charlotte. I keep forgetting to like tell people that when they run into my friends that are local. Rebel Base, actually, if you look at OG Geek's video, Rebel Base is featured in his video, and he buys a Vader helmet from my guy. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I think that when you know what you want, and like Smitty said, like he knows I want that Loki, and he's willing to part with it, like that makes me so like happy on the inside, because Nendos are hard to come by, especially that I've gotten back into Naruto, and I'm trying to get like Shikamaru, and I've been looking at like Amazon, and I was looking at like Mercari, and I'm like, y'all are tripping on what these prices you're asking for. Like $200 for a figure. Where's my? I don't even have a close Nendroid to grab near me. Actually, I do.
Well,
Wait,
depending on which one depending on the outlay. Oh, mercy.
Yeah, I have her. I had originally all the Overwatch characters. I had Hanzo. I had Genji. I had them all. Diva, and I took them to my local shop, and I was just like, here you go. I got out of when I got out of Overwatch that desire, because they weren't making any more, and I was like, well, why am I going to wait for the sequel game to come out in 2 years before I go get the next set of Nendroids?
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, I mean, the Demon Slayer ones. I mean, I got 3 out of the 4 original mainly because I don't like the 4th guy.
He doesn't like Zenitsu, and I like Zenitsu a lot. Inosuke is my favorite. He is my personal favorite character.
Yeah, I love he's mine. That's why you're never going to get him.
See, folks, like I have Nezuko, Tanjiro, and he has Nezuko and Tanjiro, and he has Inosuke. I have the Figuarts Mini Inosuke, which is like a smaller version of an Nendroid, not as posable, not as many accessories, but still just as cool. And I have Zenitsu, Tomioka, and then I got the statues. Now I've picked up the statues from my local comic shop, so I have Tanjiro, Nezuko, Tomioka, Zenitsu, Inosuke. I have my other favorite, my dude over there.
Yeah, I've got the Bandai.
I have Uzui. I have the snake guy. I got Tokyo, the other dude. I have Sanzen. I have the pink-haired girl. I forget her name. I'm only missing the blind guy. I'm missing the leader, and I'm missing Muzuban. I'm much of a fan of that show, and I would love to. I know that they made. I saw, what was it, Rocco, the toy hunter. He ended up buying. He got into Demon Slayer, and he bought the Buzz Mode Tanjiro, which is a mixed media Figma, basically. It's got like a lot of detail. It's got like a clothing, beautiful figure. And he was like, I don't like this. I don't know why I bought this. And I'm like, YouTuber with way too much money, why are you buying a toy that I like? That's my personal bias. I leave that alone. But yeah, like I mean, like once I got into the mini Figuarts, and they're expensive. Like they're not as cheap as people thought they were. Like originally I thought they were like $25, like, or $20. And then I got a Dr. Stone one a while back from Amazon for $17. And I'm getting into Dr. Stone slowly. So if you guys don't want to get a Nendroid, what? That is dope. If you're not into Nendroids, folks, look at the Figuarts minis. They're about, at the highest you should ever pay for one is $30. And the lowest you should pay before you start wondering if it's bootleg is $17 to $15. I think they're really good as an alternative to a collector. And with Nendroids that come in and out and they reissue them and they take about a year or two to get a reissue, it's just something to think about for your collection. I mean, as far as price point.
And what I just showed, that's a Boba Fett Micro Tech 63. So it's a 3-inch Tech 63 painted Boba Fett. And that's another fandom that I've gotten into. But they aren't cheap. I mean, you guys, maybe not everybody in our...
Ooh, you got Solid? That's a
Yeah.
Nendo.
Yeah.
When did you get Solid?
I've had them for about a year.
Nice. That
The guys
Voltron
that-
is dope.
The guys have seen this. This is the Voltron. So you have a standard 6-inch, and then you have the 4 3-inch micros with it.
That-
And the techs come in. So you have the micros at 3 inches, you have the standard at 6, and then you have a megas at 12-inch. And these things will get customized. They'll have limited runs, but yeah, they get expensive real quick. And you start talking about a custom. So Playful Gorilla had a customized mega that he did for a show 2 months ago. Now, a mega tech will normally sell, a production one will go for like 200. His custom one of one went for over 800.
And this is like Kid Robot, folks. Like if you don't know, Kid Robot used to have a store in Brooklyn, when right in Flatbush. Like you'd go in and it was, sorry, not Flatbush. I think it was Kings Heights or some area.
I mean, Kid Robot did have a store. Tech isn't Kid Robot. Tech is Martian Toys and Quick's.
No, I'm saying like I'm comparing the price points because I remember going in. Like if you I went into the Kid Robot store with my friends a bunch of times, and we would just go in there and just be astonished by how dope the toys look, because these are as close to like cartoon style graffiti anime looking figures that are not anime, and they look so dope. But then when we'd be like $900, $1,000, limited to like 12 pieces, only comes if you went to this place. I mean, they're so amazing to look at. So
a good example, these are small 3-inch dunny Kid Robot dunnies. Blind box, blind boxes go for
like $8 at most. You figure for a dunny,
I want to say they're
$8.
like $9 production. Then you have customized dunnies.
Those can start at like $50 and go up.
Yes.
For that size. And I'm not talking like, and you can see the scale. We're not talking like an
these
$8
are
or $9 figure that's mass produced versus a custom that can go from starting. They usually will ask you for $50, and the time period is a long time. So just think about it in those regards. That Cthulhu looks dope.
Right.
So,
but you're absolutely right. So I mean, that's the kind of think
when you think Funko Pop and you say, "Oh, I got a Funko Pop that's worth $5,000," it's like, okay, a Funko Pop can go up, ebb and flow because they're mass produced. But when you look at like a limited run figure, it's like a limited run of a comic book. You get that one variant or that one of the custom, the artist only did maybe 30 to 50 or 10. And God forbid something happens to that artist, or the artist decides to become extremely popular, they skyrocket in price. And that's something that as collectors, we pay attention to.
So a good example is, all right, the Evil Ghosty. I was able to get first run, white, plain white, 1 of 10, produced at the launch, because he launched them on Booze and Buddies the one night he was on their stream. Now I'm getting that one customized, and I picked up the next run. So I've got the first 2 runs of that figure. And honestly, I really think that figure, that Evil Ghosty is going to take off, because if you guys go to Fed Up Toys, and see the custom he did for the launch, he did a Joker. He basically turned that evil ghosty into the Joker.
Nice.
And it's the it's the version it's not the version of Batman, but it like the back of his head was all ha 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 ha.
Oh, that's cool.
But I mean, he had he had put the big grin smile on. The little tuft was green hair. I mean, this thing looks badass. And that was another piece. I got into a bidding war with a friend and didn't get.
But you could see, like, if you listen to this, it's like from the Disney collector, that's Bob. And I don't want to say that he's just a Disney solid collector. He just is an expert I feel like when it comes to Disney. And you have Smitty, who is very, very much into customs. You know, I think each one of us as friends has all realized we all have a lot in common, but what could separate us is these little niche things that we're into. And it's kind of cool. Like me and Smitty kind of collect Nendos. And I know Bob just showed off 2 of them. I remember the day he got that Mickey Mouse, because I sent him the Steamboat Willie. I remember on Amazon, I found that link and I sent it to him. So that was a cool memory to have, because I was like, hey, you want to get into Nendos? Because it was an addiction. I got into it when I first moved to Charlotte. I was never into them. And then a friend of mine for a birthday, I think it was my 2nd birthday here, he was like, hey, you like this anime called Madoka, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, here's the favorite character. I was like, oh, okay. And I was done. I was done. It was like, you guys did me dirt, because I had so many. Like, I'm looking up there. I got My Hero Academia ones. I got the Justice League over there. My Marvel alone is probably the largest collection I have.
See, that's where I behaved myself pretty good with the Nendroids. Well, kind of. I mean, I started getting in because I saw the Thor, and the Thor was just insane. So I picked up the Thor, and then I had to pick up the Loki because I had to have, the duo.
You gotta have the brothers, man.
And then I kind of backed off for a little bit, and then I've got, who else do I have in them? I picked up the Bakugo. Well, I can't say I was really good, because I do have some, and you and I can talk about which ones I have and which ones I may be willing to part with.
Yeah, because I'm missing a few from my Hero. I'm missing.
The only My Hero one I have is Bakugo.
Oh, I have all my Bakugo.
Because it's
Todoroki.
Bakugo.
Yeah, I mean, I got Bakugo and I love him. His Nendroid's dope. I need to get the rest of them because I've seen Shigaraki, Kirishima. I mean, I'm a huge fan.
I saw him, and his does look badass.
Yeah, Shigaraki's is probably one of the best evil, like their villains. Dabi's, I think, is the next one. I know they did Tomioka, which my daughter Lana loves. Like, she is a huge fan of Tomioka, and I got to get her. I got to eventually try to get her that statue or the figure. Well, I'll get her the statue.
Oh, I lied. I also have Toga.
Wait, Shigaraki?
No, Himiko.
Oh, Himiko. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not giving up Toga.
Damn. See? It's like he doesn't have to tell me all the time the ones he's going to give up, but it's like the ones I want. It's like, no. Hopes and dreams, man.
It's Toga.
I know.
I mean,
but we all have it. I think there's one piece I think we all have in our collections that we wouldn't get rid of. And I'm looking at it right in its box on the floor.
I can grab it right here. Well, one of them.
I'm
I have
looking
a couple
at it.
that and you guys know it already.
Yes. His Spidey.
Yep.
But it's funny. I can relate to your Spidey because I have Black Cat Sideshow J. Scott Campbell statue that I'll never get rid of. That statue is a gift from my best friend Nicole, and it was like I think our second Christmas, and she bought me that. And it was funny because I was living in her house, and I checked the mail. I see a box from Sideshow show up, and she's like, "No!" She runs to the door, grabs the box, and then throws it away like so I couldn't see it. I was like, I don't care. And Christmas Day, it's like, oh, I was like, Black Cat, Scott Campbell, because if everybody knows, Scott Campbell did 3 statues in the line. He did Black Cat, Gwen Stacy, and Mary Jane, and the only other one I want out of that set is the Gwen Stacy, because which he has her umbrella pulled up. It is Spider-Man's on the interior, but it is Ghost Spider on the outside of it. It is beautiful, but it's also like $1,000 because it's way aftermarket and they're limited run. So it's like one of those that I'm just like.
And that's the other thing about some of these collectibles too. Like, I mean, I've started to get into Tech 63s slowly. I said I wouldn't, but I have. But yeah, some of them. I mean, that's another thing. It's like, you're never going to get them all, or you're going to get, there are ones that you probably won't get because, you got in late, and there,
the aftermarket's going to just be like rent or a car payment. That's where I start getting to be. I think it bodes a very good question from the average collector, which I wouldn't say we are. I don't think we are the average type of collector. I think you, me, and Bob and JC, we've been doing this a long time. I would say that the average collector would definitely say that this is not the getting in late. You will spend if you want the pieces, but you have to pick and choose. Like I said, for Bob is the perfect example of this, because I know for a fact that if he were to get the 3 Hot Toys that he wants, those 3 Hot Toys alone, the Marty McFly goes for close to $500. That comes with the hoverboard. Doc Brown goes for about $500 to $600, and the DeLorean goes from anywhere from as low as $800 to over $1,500, and that's for the 3 pieces to really I don't want to say he would never show it, but that's like what we're saying, like, is like grail pieces to me, where you start saying I'm done collecting at that point. Like, I don't need any more Back to the Future stuff.
See, but the fun part about collecting, like, I collect what I collect, but like the pieces that I have for Back to the Future, I mean, I've got my Playmobil figures on one side of my TV stand. I got some Autobots pops on the other side. But you go down the hallway to my autograph wall, I got Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd.
And those are grails. See, to me, those are grails right there, because getting autographs is expensive, and we all know that.
I mean, it's easy to have a whole bunch of shit, but when you have just the like pinpricks, so to speak, into a collection, I have the Funko DeLorean and Marty. Got that shit years ago for free out of box, but it's on my TV stand. I got a couple of out-of-box pops. I've got my Conan as Marty on the hoverboard. I got the new wave of some of the pops in my bedroom. But I don't need to have every pop in the line. I don't need to go out and buy every reaction figure. I don't need to go out and buy all that stuff. I mean, I have cool pieces that if I wanted to display them all together, I could. If I wanted to have a little Back to the Future shelf, I could throw, the frames on the shelf.
And the Playmobil thing.
Yeah.
And I think you'd be done. And I think a lot of people forget that, like, you could do something simple, but I think that, they don't understand that when you're a fan, like, I would say you're a fan of it. Would you agree with that, Bob?
I mean, Back to the Future, I mean, again, yeah. I mean, I've got all 3 movies. I have most of the comic book runs. I've got, figures. I've got autographs. I've got Hot Wheels. But I don't need to have everything. What people in the community, in the collector community, especially Funko, especially the circles that we run in, or most of us run in, is it's all about volume. Like, I've got every ball hero
8,000.
pop ever made. That's cool, but guess what? You're out of space.
Like where do you sleep at night? Like, like I think of like guys like Top Pops and like other like there was a former YouTuber, I can't remember the kid's name. He was out in Utah.
Wasatch Pops.
Not Wasatch. He was a kid. Like he was in high school when he started collecting.
Oh,
I know who you're talking about.
Funko Pop Central?
Funko Pop Central, yes. That kid went and got laid and went to college and was like, I got a girlfriend, screw Funko Pops, and he sold like almost his entire collection. And I thought about that. Why not? I mean, you're young. I mean, if you have like 800, look at it like this. We don't need to have volume.
No.
I don't look at volume. I would hate to have a place of clutter. Like, obviously, if you look at my house, you would say it's clutter. But like I've got some shelving. I've put up a lot of my stuff, so I've gotten rid of a lot of the clutter to actually display more and be happy seeing my stuff.
I mean, for me, I did a video was it late last week? Like would you blame me if I quit Funko? One of the things that I said in that rant was I don't need to have everything I own behind me to do a video. I don't need to have everything behind me to flex on people. If you walk in my bedroom right now, you'll see one wall is all my commons. The wall right here next to me is all my favorites and my grails. The hallway has my autograph collection. I got 2 plastic shelves here to have different displays on them, but none of it's behind me. I could seriously move my desk into the bedroom and have my huge display behind me, but it's not needed.
And I think that's what we have to remember. I think that's just our age starting to talk. I mean, for me, it is age, and for me, it and it's also my kids. I mean, Rory's. You guys know my daughter's walking, and now that she's 15, gonna be 15 months.
She's gonna be into everything, so it's how you can't put anything below a certain.
Oh yeah, she's a tall one. Y'all seen? She's not like a short little baby. This girl is tall, and she does not have qualms. She'll come on my desk and she'll grab. And now, mind you, I think she's slick enough to know not what to grab. Like, she won't grab my stuff in boxes. She'll look at the boxes, like my Nendroids. Like, I have. I'll use this because these are close to me. Like, she walked by. Here, this is the one she walked by. She walked by my Rapunzel, and she saw Pascal and Rapunzel, and she's like, oh, like her little face lit up, and it was adorable because she's like just like doing this. I'm trying to instill in her the same thing my parents instilled in me, that like you don't go grabbing at things. Like, she's still gonna do it. I mean, she's a baby, but like I'm trying to instill in her, like, we'll tell her no, and she won't touch it. Like, if it's not hers, like, she'll look at it and she'll go, like, she'll look at you almost to like get the okay, and then she'll do it.
You just made me think of a story my mom told of me and my brother, and she had a handful of Hummels. And when I was growing up, Hummels were high-end little porcelain collectible figures. Now, my mom, for me, she told me, don't touch these. And she said, I would go in and lean over and look at them, and I wouldn't touch it. She's like, oh, that worked really great. My brother comes along, 4 years younger.
Oh,
nice.
What? JC, where are you at, my dude? I need to get on WWE.com. Oh my God.
So my mom tries the same thing with my brother, and he he reaches over, grabs one of the Hummel, and looks at her. Goes, "What? You mean this?"
Oh. See, I don't know. It's like I could never in my friends' collections, and like I have a friend here in Charlotte. Jeremy knows him. His name is Trip. He has high end anime statues. I'm talking like $500 plus. I mean, beautiful, beautiful pieces. And I would just like walk into like look at the thing, and I'm like, Andre, I'm too close. Back up. Because I knew in my mind I wouldn't break it, but oh my god, like wow, like those memories, man. They don't beat you. And Bob, thank you for that, because apparently, folks, he said it on Friday. Biggie said he was going to make he was going to cash in, and he cashed in on.
Well, he tweeted it. He tweeted it today.
Oh yeah, he was going to be. He was going to be. Do you know? I realized something. It was the most minority champions we've ever had in WWE. Samoa Joe, Bobby Lashley, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Roman Reigns. All minorities. You didn't have a single Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, and obviously the tag champs on Raw. When you think about it, but yeah, that was the most minority champions I've ever seen in WWE at one given time.
I'm trying to see who he cashed it in on.
He cashed in on Bobby Lashley. He had to.
No, he could have cashed it in on Randy.
But something happened to Bobby during the match. He was limping. Oh, so it was on Bobby he cashed it in on. I'm assuming we'll catch the highlights. We'll catch the highlights.
Oh, it'll be all over YouTube tomorrow.
we will, folks.
Or later tonight.
Yeah, in about a half an hour, we'll see it on the internet pop up. If you have Peacock, you could catch the review on there too, because I do that. They post the Raws.
WWE, y'all listen to me when you had Big E cash in on Bobby. Can we do something about Roman now?
Yeah, cash in. Somebody have another Money in the Bank. Cash in on him. just saying.
I would love to have the whole bloodline just turn on Roman and join Brock Lesnar, and that would just be kind of funny.
Jesus, it's funny and bad at the same time. So all right.
I mean, I'm happy that Big E won. I hope he gets a good reign.
He should, especially now he's not Raw. He's reunited with the New Day.
That would be nice.
Put the New Day back together, folks, because they are awesome together. They sell merch.
Yep, they do.
We all say it.
All right. I gotta ask. You think they'll give New Day a chance at the titles again?
For the tag titles?
They'd be stupid if they don't.
They have to at this point. If you do that, it would actually be really good. Survivor Series is coming up.
Survivor Series. 3-on-3. Bloodline versus the New Day.
All the gold at one point. Minus the secondary titles.
That would be kind of awesome to have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but
to have those six go at it.
I lie. I think it'd be a good
WWE, call me. Let me
I was thinking about and that's where my mistake was. I was thinking have them go for the Raw titles, but not the SmackDown titles.
You know what's funny? Just slide into Bob's DMs, WWE. Just slide. Bruce Pritchard, slide into his DMs. He wants to talk to you.
I can fix all your problems in 15 minutes or less.
And he'll outsource to his other friends. The four of us will come through, and we'll do a gag order on that shit. We won't say nothing about what the dirt sheets. Trust me. You pay us enough money, we'll shut the hell up.
I'm better than Geico.
I told Liz years ago she should have applied to WWE.
They have a writer's open position right now.
She would be amazing at it. Her knowledge and how big a fan. I mean, a fan, but she's knowledgeable and she knows the history. So, and Yeah, she wants good storylines.
Trust me, if she was writing for it, I'd watch it.
She used to do
Anyone
fan
was
fictions
writing for it, I'd
that
watch
were crazy good. That I was like, I mean, and she would do stuff. Her and her friend used to write, storyline stuff specifically for
Lashley to
shows and
AEW.
stuff. Like they were trying to do a storyline for various character stuff. It was great.
That's cool. So I guess we'll move on to the last thing, which I said was going to be the homework.
I didn't watch
Half
the
hour
homework,
ago, yeah.
That was about a half hour ago. So I'm gonna just kind of ask who watched the first episode of their homework.
Oh, I didn't.
All right, Bob
I watched
didn't
the
watch.
first 2 episodes.
I've watched, obviously. I have not watched episode 4, but episode 5 comes out tomorrow. I'll do a brief overview, and then what we'll do is we'll postpone it so we can get JC on the show, and we'll do it as all 4 of us, and that way we get all caught up to at least halfway through. This is I asked for the homework assignment that JC told me to give the guys was to watch a TV show, and I picked the American Horror Story season 10. Now, season 10 is called Double Feature. It's actually going to be split. This is the first time they're splitting a season down the middle. And the way they're doing it is the first half of the season is called Red Tide, and the second half of the season is called Death Valley. Now, this is going to be 2 different horror genres. The first genre is vampires, and the second genre is aliens, and somehow they're going to meet in the middle, like American Horror Story does. If you guys have ever watched any of the American Horror Story anthology of the series, they always use a lot of the same actors to take on character roles, and they usually bring back 1 or 2 of the original characters to fit into the mythology of what is an American Horror Story. This season they're up to, like I said, tomorrow's episode 5, and it's, like I said, they're in the Red Tide. It's currently about a writer, his pregnant wife, and his daughter moving to Massachusetts. They're like living on the coastal Massachusetts in a town that's actually in the off season for fall. It's in the winter time. And
down in the Cape.
Yeah, it's like it's a small podunk town that everybody knows each other, but there's elements that are really good that that caught me in episode 1 that made me say that we had to watch this as a group, because I felt that the daughter and the father's relationship, which is ironic because of me, I have 2 girls. The girl who's 9, she's definitely got some issues. Moreover, if you see in episode 2, she definitely has issues. Actually, episode 3 is far worse. And this progression of the show is, like I said, it's a horror story. So this is a vampire horror story. The first season, like I said, it's called Red Tide for a reason. They actually introduced Macaulay Culkin in this version of American Horror Story, and I think he does a great job as the character type he is. I don't want to get into too much detail, but if you are interested, check out the show. I'm confused on where the mother is right now, because I think the mother is away, and I don't want to say where because it'll give away a little bit too much information. But I think the mother's away, and there's a lot of things happening that are trying to pit people against other people. And it ends on September 22nd. The first season ends, or the first half of the season ends. And then it goes into Death Valley. And they've been hinting at what Death Valley is by showing a fox walking around dunes. So I want people to just pay attention to the details, because that's one thing American Horror Story does a great job of. It caters to details. And if you miss anything, rewatch the episode if you got it on demand. If you stream it on any of the streaming services, it's on FX for Hulu. I do not have Hulu, but if you do have it, check it out on there. So we'll forward that homework on to next week, because, like I said, JC's not here. We did miss him. It was fun to do the show in its stead, but I still like, when the Kliq aren't at 100%, it's still just as fun. We still want to try to make it fun because we do miss you guys and we don't like taking weeks off.
No.
Whatchamacallit? Do we have anything in the pipeline for this week that we have coming out, Bob, as far as videos dropping?
If I can get my lazy ass to actually do a video on the weekend.
I know. I feel you, dude. I feel you.
I mean,
like
work has been kicking my ass lately. I want
my boss is killing me. You see my boss.
I mean, honestly, like, I want to do, just kind of talk about all the changes going on at Disney.
I with the Genie Plus, and I mean, I would love to. Actually, I would love to sit down with you, and if you ever do want to do that video, I would love to talk to you about that sort of stuff because they've changed all the passes. They've changed.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah, because you had an annual pass,
for another
right?
3 hours.
But I'm saying you have an annual. You had an annual pass, or you grandfathered in?
Not anymore.
Okay, because you are grandfathered. If you had one this year, you're grandfathered until December.
No, mine expired in May, and
okay.
And now that I've seen what the new options are,
$1,400.
I mean, I could realistically, I could use my parents' address, but like I said, if I can get off my butt on the weekend, I will do that. I will start talking about this.
Yeah, if you ever want to guess, just let me know. I'll jump in with you because I watch Tim Tracker, and I've been hearing a lot about that stuff. And I know Disneyland. I know that Disneyland California has a different pass, and I know TDR Explorer, the guy that does Tokyo Disney, he's explaining that they have a different pass.
Yeah, it's all different now.
So I'm interested.
But yeah, no. Let's just say I have a lot to talk about when it comes to
masses. See, I agree with him, and this is something that's caught my attention. So if he is interested, I'd love to do that video. If not, I want to watch that video because I would love to see what he has to say. Smitty, have you and JC talked about any projects coming up or no?
We've got to get together. We're talking about which artist to do next for the artist spotlight, but we haven't put a time together and we haven't decided on which one. I've got a couple of different ones that are possibilities. So we were talking. Huh?
Always B-Tub.
I don't have anything from B-Cob. Because somebody outbid me.
I did.
Was bidding me up, and
this is funny when your boys are arguing over this. I love this.
But I mean,
this is the tough love that I love about us. We just love to mess with the other.
Oh, and I think tomorrow there's another wave of Legends coming out, and there's a Hobgoblin.
Yep, they've already Hasbro did the release today. It's the retro card wave. It's Shocker.
I saw Hobgoblin. That's all I care about.
It's Hobgoblin, Shocker. Yeah, he looks dope.
The one next to my Green Goblin.
People are actually upset with this wave because they said that the Spider-Man that's in the mecha suit, that's like in the silver armor and the black. I think it's the MK suit, if I remember correctly, from Todd McFarlane. They don't like that they used MCU style lining in between black and the silver. So a lot of fans were already pissed off. I was like, guys, this is a prototype. Relax.
I know the Hobgoblin. That's all I care about.
The Hobgoblin looks dope as a retro card. Then I saw the Loki.
I know we had brought up about possible gift exchange.
Yes. I was going to actually mention that too.
Christmas.
Yes. We need to get on that because it is now September, and with the way everything is going, we got to make sure we can get these out. I think we need to do that in the text group too.
Yeah.
We'll go to the text group, and then we'll then next week, hopefully we'll have some details about what we're doing and see what you guys are thinking as far as if anybody out there wanted to do something or wants to send anything into the group, we'll let you know who to send it to or whatever, and
No,
we'll do a collective opening.
I just
I
thought
wear
of
I wear
something.
a size Freddie Funko as Marty McFly.
No, I just thought of something for Bobbert.
I also wear a size Hobgoblin.
Oh, it's Hobgoblin.
Oh, I think we all have ideas for each other because
Yeah.
I think we all love each other, and we all have over the years gotten to know each other so well. So this is one of the best things when you have friends that you've gotten to know each other so well that you guys can like easily be like, I got you. Like it's hysterical to look at it that way, but that's how we are. I know that I have a couple of projects that I've finished. I've completed 2 of the 3. I'm doing a small series. I have to find the other character, but I did Blade. I'm going to do Shang-Chi, and I have to figure out one other character I want to do from Marvel. And then I'm going to do, I'm doing a whole presentation on each one as a mini series. And then, that looks awesome. His SH Figure Arts just got released in Japan, and it looks amazing. They compared it to the Marvel Legend, and I want the SH Figure Arts. It looks so unbelievable. That would be one that, like, on my wish list, like I would love to get. But yeah, like as far as what we'll talk about, as far as anything else projects wise, I'm going to try to film some Lego builds with my daughters, but that's also time. And with the way we get the crunch during the weekend, this would be now easier for me to try to get these done than try around like Halloween and stuff like that. I did know that my littlest one, Rory, will be in a costume. We don't know which one yet. We've got a couple of ideas. I won't show the text group the ideas yet until we've made the purchase. But there's about 3 different ideas we have. And Lana says she wants to compliment that one, and that means I will probably, and so will the wife. We will compliment all of them. So we'll have costumes for all of us.
So basically, what you're trying to say is you're gonna dress up like the Elite.
Oh no, I wish I could get them all to do that. No, it'd be superhero related or Disney related. That's where we're at. So I will leave that to the chat because I know a lot of y'all love seeing Rory, and you've only seen Lana like once in a live stream. But I've talked to Lana. She wants to actually get together with me and work on doing a couple of Lego builds. I think we're gonna do this one probably first for my wife, and we'll probably record this one.
Nice.
Because it's a book, and if you guys haven't seen these, I got this off of a trade. You can this is the Charms book, and you open it up, and it's a classroom.
Oh,
And I figured I traded a couple of figures I had, like loose figures that this guy wanted, and I got this for nothing, obviously, for the trade. And my wife's gonna put it in her classroom because I said, you love books. One, you guys were reading, you and Lana were reading Harry Potter too, and I never got to put a Lego set together. It's only 256 pieces, so I figured why not. So we're gonna put this together and try it out. And then I do have the more challenging, bigger sets like the Milano. Lord help me, that's gonna kill me. And then I got some other builds, and then I actually got one of these too with some credit.
Nice.
Because I love Jurassic Park, and I saw this T-Rex fossil, and it looks so awesome. And I was like, it's Owen, but you get no blue. So I have to find a Lego set that comes with Owen and blue.
I kind of want to buy one of the like display ones, like either the Gauntlet or the Batman cowl.
Oh, I have the Gauntlet. It's right there. It's not put together. It's in the box. I know it's gonna take me forever to put it together. I know Walmart's clearancing out a lot of the helmets.
Yeah.
Because they had Venom on clearance. I saw it on one of the guys' YouTube videos. Local to you, actually, Bob. In Atlanta, they had. I saw it on one of the stickers. It was like $30, which is about half price, and I thought that was a good deal.
Yeah, I need to go and get that.
I mean, because they had Carnage, Venom. I think it was all the Marvel ones. I don't know if it was any of the helmets for Star Wars, but it might have been. But those, again, like if you guys are into those Lego builds, comment on the video below. Let us know if you guys want to see us do like a Lego build, like a small one together. I know What's Poppin' and MCE. They have like the Lego Lounge. I'm not trying to cramp on their idea because I love Seth and I love George. I think they do a great job.
I'm not getting into Legos. No,
Well, if one of us bought you one and you had to put it together,
don't have the room.
look at him. We'll figure something out. You could just stand by and commentate with us.
This is like, look,
Yes, I
please,
want that.
if I wasn't into Funko and other custom toys, that would be one thing.
Wait, get out of
Because
Funko
that-
then.
Yeah,
Huh?
have Funko.
Leave Funko. Sell your Funkos off and get some Lego.
I got like,
Wink.
I couldn't even tell you how many I have.
Whatnot auction.
Yeah, Whatnot auction. Get rid of them. Get some money, and then be like,
3,000 Funkos.
Yeah.
you liquefy that collection in like a day or two.
First of all, I've had 3 things listed on Funko. I've sold 1.
Well, you gotta like Whatnot. Supposedly, from what I hear, is the Funko. Like that is Funko Central for everybody. That's what I keep hearing.
Sure, but once again, Bob, you've got to be a big name to get the big bucks. I haven't done any auction, so I have no following. I would have to
when you
hype
talk
that.
to someone you got friends in the community that look, Sean. Don't want to Whatnot.
I wouldn't. No.
My shit
if I was going to auction this stuff off, I'd talk to Cope.
Well, yeah, talk to Cope about. Look, Cope, run the auction for me. We'll split it 70-30.
Because Cope could get he's done so many auctions that he's got a following.
Could sell friggin' water to a well.
But
I was always told I could sell
I can't even, and the idea of shipping all of that. Oh, yeah, no.
But just think of the money.
Yeah.
Think of the money.
And the space.
And then you could choose to get like some other cool
choose to go back into Legos.
Well, not Legos per se. I mean, like you can go into, and I'm not jumping foot first into Lego. I'm doing vehicles. There's only like 2 bases I want. I don't want anything else. Like if I wanted to get anything really big, the Roman Coliseum. But am I going to go spend $800 at the Lego store to go get it? No.
If I'm going big, I'm going with the Cinderella Castle.
Oh God, the Disney. Have you seen the Disney one that they put out too? That looks amazing. I mean, like there's beautiful stuff. I mean, I can go down. I could talk about it for hours, and maybe we'll do that. We'll dedicate a little segment to Lego one week because I know JC's into Legos too. So.
Oh, I mean, and this is like I said, I appreciate the Legos and I appreciate the sets, and believe me, I mean, Liz's nephew, Joe and Scott, they do sets. So like he's got some Star Wars and other sets. So I mean he the newest one that he showed me when we were down for AwesomeCon was the space station.
Oh, nice.
He has the space station, but he has Slave 1 too.
I got that too. I got the Mandalorian Slave 1.
Well,
I told you I was going big.
Boba Fett Slave 1.
Yeah, I got the Boba Fett Slave 1, but I got the Mando version because that was the only one I could find.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen have you seen the Mandalorian Interceptors? They had the 2 versions. There was the one that was like 3 years old that had like really bad printing on the Lego minis, but it was a better ship design. And they have the new one that doesn't even stand up. Like the other one actually had like landing gear, so it would sit up. And the color scheme's different, but the Lego printing is just dope. That one I have it's on my Amazon wish list, and it's actually $60, but it's a pretty big Interceptor. So, but those are things like I said, where I'm not like I don't want to jump into Lego because I know I've seen the YouTubers that have, and I'm like those guys are like not into anything else. They just do Lego. And I don't want to do just Lego. Like I actually like my toys. I like putting together my toys. I don't want to have to put together my toy to play with it. I like to have my toy in my hand and go, like, hey, I'm Rocket, like I can just do this and have it. So, but then I did find this, and I get Lego He-Man.
I'm Batman.
By the power of Grayskull. I have the power. But yeah, I think we've gone later than we probably would have. But it was fun. It was to make up the time from last week that we didn't see you guys. We will be back live next week at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So hopefully we'll have the whole crew together, unless JC's bogged down by homework, the nerd that he is, because we all know geeks are better.
Hey, I won't fault JC
No, I
for
don't fault him at all.
pumping
My
up
wife
the
does.
homework, man.
No, my wife does homework every day. So
I
trust
give
me,
him
I
mad
know.
props for
He gets
working full
tons.
time and and going to school.
Stay in school, kids.
I mean, honestly, my wife does the same thing, and I give her tons of love and respect for it because I know how hard it is. So I did it too, and I know it's not easy.
I did school full time and 2 jobs when I was gone. So yeah,
Wow.
I give people mad props for doing it, because I know it's tough. Of course,
Oh, Billy, I got to get you on the show to talk about your 3D printing stuff because I'd love to do a little interview because my friend Vicious right here, his name is Bill. He lives here in Charlotte. He does some awesome stuff. His wife's a teacher who I've met, and it was funny because I didn't know that it was her husband that I was gonna play D&D with. So it was kind of funny. We met at a teacher conference, and then we found out that it was like, wait, that's your wife? Oh, awesome! So small world, and I love it. So he's been really big into 3D printing, and we've talked about doing some stuff, and I want to work with him too, see if we can get some 3D prints and talk about them on the show. So, and that's a big thing within the figure collecting community is getting new face scans, and painting them. Like I don't paint, but I would love to talk about all the stuff that they do and what he's doing with it.
and
Final Vendetta
and a
represent.
lot of your custom toy guys, that's how they're doing. They're not modeling with clay anymore. They're doing a drawing in a 3D sculpt in the computer, and then going to the print and then doing a mold from that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of guys that are actually selling molds too.
Or they're just printing and selling the prints. Painting the prints and selling those as the figures. So yeah, 3D printing, I mean, that can open up a lot of different areas.
Conversations and
Yep.
One of the big things I wanted to get, and I've been Bill, if you hear this, if you could find this for me, I would love you very, very much. I need an IWGP US title belt for I was gonna need it for Moxley, but I need it for Hiromu Tanahashi. And those are they're pretty cheap and easy to find because there's a ton of 3D printers, people that are putting it up on the internet. I would love a print of that so I could have that belt and put it on my Hiromu.
This is a Womp. It's a little blobby kind of figure. But yeah, this is 3D printed. I mean, and he's like inch and a half tall.
That was awesome. He has a uvula. Holy crap.
But he's got a little butt too.
Wow. I shake my head at that.
But no, yeah, this is a 3D print figure.
Yeah, and it really has opened up a lot of I think it'd be fun, and I know Billy is actually he's working on designing a couple things for my personal channel, and it's a lot of fun to talk to somebody who I know who's got a lot of the same hobbies as we do, and it'd be great to have him on the show. And Jeremy, my friend Jeremy says, Smitty, that you are the guy. You sound like the guy, the bloke from the X-Files in Series 1 that would help Mulder. #random thoughts. So Jeremy's very random like that. So I've known him for quite a long time as well. So yes, I could see that. But yeah, I think guys, we're gonna call it because the other 2 blokes that are here do have day jobs. And I gotta go to sleep soon because I gotta take the 1-year-old and put her to bed soon. And yeah, that's gonna be fun. So obviously, let's just go through the rounds. King Bob, let them know where they can find you at, my brother.
King Bob's Adventures in Collecting on YouTube. King_Bob_AIC on Instagram.
And follow his Instagram because his Instagram is always popping. I've seen a lot more about what his information is on Instagram before I see it on YouTube. So definitely check his Instagram out. Smitty, tell us where we can find you at.
I'm SmittyRock67 on Instagram. And honestly, this is the only place you usually find me on YouTube.
Exactly. So you'll find him here with us, and either he'll be working with JC, myself. You've seen him work with me before. He does work a lot with JC now, and he does a lot of cool stuff on his Instagram. If you follow him, you'll see a lot of the Funko Fiend stuff that he does, a lot of the cool things he has gone and done. You could definitely check out his Instagram to the links, and he has the links in his Instagram posts to the artists that he has bought from. So you could always see. I've friended a couple of the artists and followed them, so I can actually get a little bit more insight onto the artwork they're doing. Obviously, JC, you can find him on the Nerd Dungeon on Instagram. You can find him here on the Nerd Dungeon on YouTube as well. And myself, you can find me on Diary of a Geeky Dad. That is my personal YouTube channel. I haven't uploaded to that in a while, but that'll be changing in the next couple of months. And I should say a couple of weeks, because once I get Bill to redesign some stuff, we're gonna upload and get cracking. And I'll be uploading here as well on the Nerd Dungeon. And then you have my Geek Diary, J_Geek_diary. That's my Instagram. And I have my Facebook that you guys can follow me on. If you're a personal friend of mine, that's awesome. My page is not public, so you can't really find me. But other than that, but I'd like to say thank you guys for sitting with us for the almost 3 hours we've been live streaming. I've had a lot of fun. I love talking to my brothers. I miss them when I don't get to talk to them. Even though I talk to these guys pretty much every day, it's still a great time. And friends, I would say, as always, stay geeky, but that's not what we do on this channel. We're going to have to close the door on the dungeon and just watch your head on the way out. All right, folks, we'll see you later.
Later, guys.